It's good, everybody. It's your man EC1 coming at you with a live stream. Figured to talk to y'all. All right. We're 4-0. The Philadelphia Eagles are 4-0. A lot of things to improve, but I feel great. Okay, 4-0. I did a Twitter circle just a while ago to see how I'd feel if I was always being negative. And really, to be honest, I can't be. Okay, that's why I deleted it out so people would watch my Twitter circle. Sorry about that. It wasn't for real. Okay, I was seeing what I would look like if I was always negative. Because people tell me I'm always negative, I'm not always positive. When that's not true. If you show me something positive, I'm going to be positive. 4-0 is a good start for the Philadelphia Eagles, especially when you're not playing the way we know you can play. Okay. Overall, I thought the Eagles did a lot better. Okay, with the Commanders. The defense, obviously, the scheme I was not thrilled with, but again, the Commanders play is tough at home. They always have. Okay, you got to give it to the Commanders. They have a good football team. Sam Howell is looking like a promising starter for the Commanders for the next future down the road for them. They got a good defense. This was one of the best defense we played. I underestimated them. And I got to give my guy Protect Sports, the guy was on his channel talking rivalry with, some respect and some love. They got some good players over there in Washington. And you can't take them lightly. You know what I'm saying? They played us hard. And again, in division games, it's going to get hard because they know us. They know what we're going to do. They know how we play. They know how we react and what we react to. And it was a close game. Too much of my liking, but it was a close game. We're 4-0, and that's all that matters. Okay, they can't take that away from us. Okay, the Philadelphia Eagles have a chance to be 5-0 this Sunday against the Rams at 4:05. You got some players you got to watch out for. Cooper Kupp is coming back. They got a good defense still with Aaron Donald there. Okay, they're not the defense that they were when they won a Super Bowl, but they still are a good team that you have to watch out for. Okay. They are the Rams. Their coach is a Super Bowl champion. Their coach is very, very good at what he does. Sean McVay has been around for years. Okay. So we're going to their home where they always won because how many times we've beaten them in their home, and we owe them one for beating us at our home when we had Carson Wentz, unfortunately. Now, some things that we got to discuss. Obviously, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. All right, my videos are right now not being uploaded because, well, my cap space has been low. For one reason, I don't know why. Okay, I got to figure that out. But videos are definitely dropping. Also, we're going to have Hiding with Champ podcast hopefully this week. I got to get with my guy where you're hiding. It is what it is. I was supposed to do it yesterday. Wasn't able to do that. I went to the gym, got back, and I just fell asleep. I crashed out. I ain't gonna lie to you. So this live stream is based on the Eagles and what I think that we need to work on. But Hiding with Champ podcast will be this week. My guy where you're hiding, either on his channel or my channel. Go subscribe to both of us. Okay. At the end of the day, I think the Philadelphia Eagles are doing what they need to do to win games. Now, the game's gonna be a blowout. Okay. We know that the Eagles fans want to see a blowout. And in division games, sometimes you're not going to have that. Okay. We're so used to having blowouts in division games that we forget a lot of division games back then when we had McNabb weren't always blowouts. You know, when I was watching the Eagles, a lot of times they were in shootouts. Now, was it overtime? No, it wasn't. That was the first time I ever seen us go with overtime with the Commanders. But you know what? The NFC East is getting a lot tougher. Teams are getting better, fortunately. We're so used to just running over them, including me, because I was mad that we didn't blow them out. Because one thing I said was we're going to beat that team. I thought our defense was going to be better. And to be honest, sometimes I felt like Sean Desai was playing scared. And you can't do that in the NFL. I thought our defense did a phenomenal job in getting pressure when they could. But I felt like sometimes Sean Desai didn't know how to get pressure with this defense. Like what I'm trying to say is, right, when you were able to blitz, you were able to get to Sam Howell. But sometimes we allowed Sam Howell to sit back comfortable, and that really frustrated me. Okay? And then you give your offense the ball, sometimes they can't capitalize because your offense coordinator is still trying to find his way as an offense coordinator. First year as an offense coordinator, I thought I'd done a lot better than what he's been doing. I think there's some times where you see him try to go back to his old ways that don't work, and I think he just needs to keep it simple. I also don't understand why we don't run it with DeAndre Swift. I think DeAndre Swift got to be your main guy. Okay, I like Gainwell, but not for. No, I ain't gonna lie. I don't like Gainwell at all. Okay, but he's here. He's not going to go anywhere. As much as I cry about it, it's not going to happen. They're going to use him in situations, but there's situations where I think you should use Swift more. Like on 3rd and 1, when you're near the first down, you run with Swift. You don't run with Gainwell. When you need a big play, you run with Swift, not Gainwell. Okay, Gainwell I think is when you're up by 5 scores and you need to close out a game. Okay, I see you. You know, Swift had a lot of touches. You sit him out. You let him take a breather. Okay, I get that. But there were so many times where Swift wasn't tired, and you don't run with him. You know, and also, you know, sometimes I felt like, you know, anyway, we're 4-0 because we're a good football team. And good football teams, whether we like it or not, they fight, and this team fights. Good football teams also find ways to win, whether it's close or beat teams by 40 points. This team has won in different ways in close games. The Commanders are a very coached team. You add Eric Bieniemy, who's a very good offensive coordinator for the Kansas City Chiefs. You saw how much better he was with Sam Howell. You got to give it to the Commanders. They played hard against us. But I felt like our defense coordinator, I don't know what Sean Desai is doing, but that's not the Philly way. Because if you're trying to sit there and say, we got to do better, you got to do better. I saw his press conference today. First of all, I don't know why he was smiling. I wouldn't be smiling if they're watching that. I would be pissed off. I'd be throwing chairs. I'd be yelling and screaming that my defense better get its stuff together. I know you down safeties, but my God, you got players, and I said the same thing with Jonathan Gannon last year. You got players that are elite. Why are we playing at corners 15 yards off the ball? What is the point of bringing Slay back if we're going to continue to play 15 yards off the ball? Makes no sense. It's not like Bradbury went down. Yet Slay go down for one play and came back. But there was many times where we played him. I mean, we used him in the right situation. You saw the fact that he was able to cover. And we go back. What do we do? We go back to playing guys 50 yards off the ball. I don't get that defense. I don't understand it. It's like when my guy 500 said, shout out to him, like 1,000 paper cuts. You're pretty much stabbing your eyeballs. And instead of trying to clean up the damage, you just keep on bleeding. You're basically poking yourself with little pins, like those little pins that you put on the wall. You pretty much poke your eye with that. And you continue to poke your eye with it. Why don't you just take a huge knife and just stab us with the eye? It'd be quicker. Because that's what you're pretty much doing, except you torturing us with these not trying to give up the big play. So you're letting them think they don't down the way to the field. I don't like that defense. Especially a rookie quarterback. Jim Johnson and all these defense corners that we looked up to, that we hope Sean Desai doesn't turn out to be what Jonathan Gannon, but the opposite. Don't let no rookie quarterback dictate a defense. And you can't do that when you play against Matthew Stafford. Your offense had to bail you out. Your quarterback that everybody said came ready defense, corner Dan Celio, which I watched an Eagles YouTuber go on his show, and not one time did he say, why didn't you tell Jalen Hurts he couldn't read defense? Why would you say that? The things that you say is ridiculous. Why do you think? Give me a reason why he can't read the defense. He didn't do that. I'm not going to say the names, but you know what I'm talking about. Jalen Hurts once again showed you he can throw the ball. So when people tell me that he's only a quarterback sneaker and he only can be a quarterback who can sneak the ball, he's a running back, he's a wildcat quarterback, you don't know what you're talking about. The guy literally took over the game. And if it wasn't for him, we don't win that football game. That defense wasn't winning. And another thing, man, I'm so sick of Commander fans complaining about fucking penalties, man. Y'all need to shut up. Because you know what? Last year, y'all didn't want to hear it when we had Dallas Goedert's face mask ripped off his helmet. I mean, his whole helmet was ripped off. And he was injured. Y'all didn't want to hear it. You bragged about Taylor Heineke beating us. Taylor Heineke beat you. You Eagles are fraud. You were dancing around the field. We were telling y'all that you didn't want to hear it. No, Eagle fans, you can't say that. We didn't have that. Nah, so shut up. You told us to be quiet last year, right? So shut up. By the way, Terry McLaurin catch was not in. You have to have 2 feet in bounds. Learn football. When you look at the play again, his foot was on the guy's hand. That does not count as 2 feet. Stop trying to change the rules because you're pissy and you're mad because we beat you. You have another chance coming soon. Tell your team to play better. Ron Rivera chose to not go for 2 points that would have won the game. He chose to kick a field goal and tie it instead and go to overtime. Your coach, Ron Rivera, lost you that game. You had a chance to go for 2-point conversion to win the game when you were in the goal line, and you failed because the coach decided to be a moron and kick a field goal to tie the game and go to overtime. That's not our problem. You need to look at your coach and say, why did you not go for 2 points? Except about, Terry McLaurin, that was a catch. You know what was a catch? I don't care if a damn what was a catch. It wasn't a catch. That's the end of it. They reviewed it. Your coach didn't challenge it. So I don't know if he could challenge it. But he didn't challenge it. Get over it. We're 4-0 because we're a good football team. You played us hard. But stop crying. Because Darius Slay got a PI call when it wasn't a PI. Did we throw a tantrum? We complained about it. But you didn't want to hear it then. I remember Commander fans. I was on the streams watching the Eagles game. They were laughing. Now you don't want to laugh. But where was that energy when you were laughing during the game? I don't want to hear Eagle fans. The penalties, I don't want to hear about that. Y'all not that team that you are. We beat teams different ways. You're not going to blow teams out. I know this. Okay? That's why I don't take the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills and the Cowboys seriously. Oh, look, you blew out teams. Yeah, because can you win in close games, though? Could the Bills win in close games? Could they came back in Buffalo and beat them? No, they couldn't. They can't win in close games. They struggle with that. That's why the Bills beat them. Same with the Bills. They can't win in close games. If they don't blow out their teams, they're not winning games. That's why I'm not worried about who we play. Now, some ways I am, though. I can't lie to you. I'm lying if I'm saying I am worried. That defense better not look like that against the Rams, because we can definitely go 4-1 this Sunday. You're playing against Matthew Stafford, who's a veteran, who's been around in this league, who knows what it's like to win chances, who's been to a Super Bowl, who's won a Super Bowl. You have a good coach in Sean McVay. I'm not going to sit there and say blow them out because I learned my lesson from the Commanders game. I thought we were going to blow them out. I told Protect Sports to his faces and his subscribers that it was not going to be a close game. And I looked silly watching the game because it was a close game. I underestimated the Commanders. Part of it is because my defense coordinator underestimated Sam Howell and decided to play conservative defense against a rookie quarterback, which you can't do. You can't do. My offense coordinator. I don't know who's calling the plays. Run with Swift. Run with Swift. Please continue to run with Swift. Stop running with Gainwell. After he fumbled, you better not be putting Gainwell back there. If you look at this tape and you're the coach, and you say that Gainwell should be the number one running back, or he should have more snaps than Swift, I'm not going to start looking at Sani in the wrong way. Because there's no reason why you have DeAndre Swift and you don't give him more carries than Kenny Gainwell. It's ridiculous. It's embarrassing. It's sad, and it's disgraceful. That's the only thing I can complain about is those coordinators. They got to get better. But the players, I thought, did a great job. There were some players where, I don't really appreciate. Like Terrell Emmons. You got to get that ball, man. When that ball is up in the air, you try to make a play. You drop the ball. That's why I'm saying the Eagles, instead of going to get Claypool, which the Eagles rumored to get Claypool, I don't want him in there. Claypool is a diva. That dude, you want to talk about diva? Claypool is a diva. He's been on the second team. You got Eagle fans about, I don't want to know the T.O. situation with A.J. Brown. First of all, T.O. wasn't the problem, it was McNabb. Do your research, okay? Okay? T.O. was not the problem in Philadelphia. It was McNabb because he wanted his money. See, a lot of Eagle fans, they don't know what they're talking about. I'm going to get on this and then I'm going to move on because I'm not going to segue because we got other things to talk about. But I'm sick and tired of A.J. Brown hate. If you hate A.J. Brown, you say he cost you the game. No, he didn't cost us the game. Our defense almost cost us the game. It's not even our defense. Our defense coordinator, Sean Desai, we're going to make sure this defense feels us every Sunday. I'm sorry, we're going to make sure the offense really feels our defense. Oh, yeah, they sure felt you. They felt that you were weak. You let Sam Howell, a rookie, a guy that hasn't seen everything in the league, his first year under a new offense, a coordinator, come into your house and that's all he did. No stops. And when you got to stop, when you did your job, you were able to get off and make the offense get off the field so your offense can score touchdowns. But most of the time is this. Just like Jazz. No. You know what I'm saying? That's all you did. That's all he did was rip you apart by piece by piece by piece. He's a rookie. I don't mind the tight games, but you don't let no rookie quarterback come and do that to you. Where was the cornerback blitz? I don't think we blitzed enough if you want to be real. I think Sean Desai, the way he called a game, I better not see that ever again. You gave me Jonathan Gannon vibes. I ain't going to lie to you. I thought Jonathan Gannon was calling a game versus the Commanders as a defense coordinator. Wait, did we hire Jonathan Gannon back? Because let me know. I thought we got rid of him and sent him to Arizona. That defensive coordinator was terrible. I better not see that again. When Nick Sirianni likes his defense coordinator, I don't care who likes his defense coordinator. I don't. And neither does real Eagle fans who know football that don't like, who knows what a defense looks like. We don't like that scheme, and that does not fit the Philadelphia way. We're nasty on defense. We should be making sure quarterback feels us. And when you come to the Philadelphia Link or the Link Financial Field in our stadium, you should not be going up and down the scoreboard and giving them easy touchdowns. The Commanders were able to get easy completions, easy first downs. You were playing cornerbacks 50 yards. Why do you play Darius Slay 50 yards? Why? He's not that type of corner. He can play with these receivers. Let him guard these receivers. Makes no sense sometimes. It frustrates me at anything. Because it'd be different you play Miami. Okay, I expect the close game. But the Commanders are rookie quarterback? I have a problem with that. The Commanders weren't that great where they literally were making sure you were going to overtime. And yes, we play hard against the Commanders, play hard against us. But this was really close. We're lucky that Ron Rivera is a dumb head coach. Because if he was smart, he would have went for two and would have ended the game right there. And the defense wouldn't have stopped it because the defense couldn't stop anything. Especially our scheme, the way we played. It was soft. So if Mr. Sean Desai wants to sit there and talk about this defense, Eagle fans, every Sunday when they watch, they're going to feel us and they're going to get excited. Well, I'm telling you right now, we were not excited with this defense. We were excited with this offense. And especially this quarterback who bailed you out. And I was sitting there watching his TV and I was wondering, did Sean Desai tell Jalen Hurts that we're not giving you no more passes, that you ran out of defensive help passes? Because why weren't you helping your quarterback? It makes no sense. We're 4-0, but there's things we got to work on. Now, the positive thing is we're 4-0. We won the game. We have a chance to be a 5-0 football team this Sunday. And we got to go out there and we got to pressure Matthew Stafford. We got to guard Cooper Kupp. We did sign Bradley Roby, which I like. Let me get my phone out. What's up, Philly OG 653? What's the name? Philly OG 53. What's up, man? Easy one. What happened? The defense kept passing the pistol on third down, and the DC line was clearly in the neutral zone before Dixon moved. What was the laundry? Where was the laundry? Yeah, I mean, that's the issue with Commander fans, right? Because Commander fans want to talk about the penalties. Well, your defensive end jumped off sides. Even the James Bradbury PI, which I think is BS, man. Okay, that's a ticky-tacky call. You don't call that in a regular game. You shouldn't really call that last year in the Super Bowl. That was the same play that Bradbury got caught in the Super Bowl with. Now, he should know better because if he got caught once in the Super Bowl and it cost us the game, why would you do it again? But at the same time, that really wasn't a PI. They were waiting. Listen, it was to the point where I think I saw the one post where they had flags literally scattered all around the field, yellow flags in Philadelphia, because there were so many flags that we were getting called on. Like, I didn't see one time the Commanders were getting more than 10 penalties. They got, what, 3? That's why I don't understand them complain about flags. And I really don't want to hear it. You didn't want to hear it last year when we told you you robbed us. No, we beat you, right? So we beat you, right? Keep the same energy. We gave you your credit. When you beat us with Heineke, you were bragging in the face. You played good. But, we were able to match that. Also, I thought Commander fans were disrespectful to my quarterback. See, they thought they were going to walk into Philadelphia and blow us out. See, I thought the exact same thing, but it turned out the offense is the one that really had a good game. Not the defense. The defense got shredded. Both sides did. But Sean Asai, come on, dude. You know what I'm saying? You have too much talent to play like this. I'm sorry, you have too much talent to call games like this. I had a problem with Jonathan Gannon for doing this. And the way he calls the game, especially against the Commanders, I don't understand it. And a lot of people tell me this is the Vic Fangio defense. Well, if it's the Vic Fangio defense, I hate it. I hate it. And I don't know why people wanted Vic Fangio in the first place. If you knew this was the type of defense, why would they sign a guy like that to be your defense coordinator after you let Jonathan Gannon walk? Now, let's just say this. Is it true, now when you look at it, if they did like this type of defense, that they were trying to get Jonathan Gannon back? Those rumors were true? I hope not. Because when you watch Sean Asai, the way he played against the Commanders, it was similar to Jonathan Gannon. And I'm the type of guy where I watch guys like the Legion of Boom. That defense was way more aggressive. The no-fly zone. Those defense will line up corners and they would press. And you got guys who are defense coordinators in the league that play this bend and break BS defense. I don't mind the bend and break defense, but when you have corners lined up who are Pro Bowl corners, they're not rookies. You got Darius Slay, who can guard a receiver if you let him. If I'm Darius Slay, I'm walking to Sean Asai and say, let me guard my man. You pay me to do it. Why can't you not let me press up on him? When you did, I was able to knock the ball away. Now he got flagged in the deal, which I thought was a BS call. Again, they wanted to put the refs. The Commander fans wanted to put the refs. Bro, you got away with so many calls. It wasn't funny. It was a one-sided game. Don't even try it. Matter of fact, we beat the refs, not y'all. We beat the refs. As a matter of fact, it was the ref bowl. That's what it was. It was a ref versus the Eagles. It really shouldn't have been close. But I'm trying to be respectful to Commander fans. But let's be real. Y'all really shouldn't have been in the game. Some of the calls that were called on us, they made y'all have a chance to be in games and drives, and you're able to score and capitalize on those things. The Darius Slay PI call, which was the BS call, by the way, because he had good coverage on Terry McLaurin, they called that a pass interference, which gave them another chance to go down and what? Score. But the coverage, man, with Sean Desai, the way he called the game, I didn't like it. And I don't want to see that when you're playing teams like the Bills or the Dolphins. You can't play like that. You got to put fear into these quarterbacks, man. That's when I hate when people sit there and say, well, defense corners not like this anymore. Well, they should be. Because these quarterbacks, man, they're smarter. They're smarter than they were before. And you should be a defense coordinator. And if you're so good and you've been in around the league, you want you say Philly fans, we're going to make sure you have the Philly defense, the what you grew up and you watch. You're going to sit on your TV and you're going to watch a defense and you're going to fill us. Well, where was that? Now, maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe it was the fact that he was down 2 safeties. But good defense corners find a way to adjust. And I don't care if you have 2 safeties. I've seen defense corners that are good that can find a way to adjust with players going down. If you need everything perfect for you, then you're not a defense corner, in my opinion. You're just a puppet that has all this talent. You're no different than Jonathan Gannon. If Sean Desai needs all these players around him, well, then shit. Go ahead and get the hell out of here now. Because I want a defense corner that's going to put fear in these quarterbacks. If this is the Vic Fangio defense, then why were Eagle fans wanting him so bad? That's an insult. You might as well just kept Jonathan Gannon. Why did we leave him go to Arizona then? We could have paid him, and we're going to get this type of defense. I just don't like the concerted defense. I don't. Never liked it. Don't like it still. Once again, these players are bailing him out, and we got to be better with this defense coordinator because, this defense coordinator got to be better. We don't got to be better for shit. We're fans. We're watching these games. He got to be better because he can get his ass out here now. I'll take my chances with the D-line coach and make him the defense coordinator. Then over Sean Desai being another Jonathan Gannon. I'm going to call him Jonathan Gannon if he keeps on calling his game like that. You saying to fans, when you watch us, you're going to feel us. We're going to show you. We're going to get better. Well, you showed me you were the opposite of what Philly fans want as a defense coordinator. You showed me that you want to be out of here. You're showing us that we're going to have a frustrating season with your scheme. So tighten up, man. The Rams are not a team that I'm going to sleep on. Yes, their record doesn't say they're great. But we got Matthew Stafford that we have to go against. Matthew Stafford is still a good quarterback. They're not the same team from a couple of years ago when they won the Super Bowl, but they still got Aaron Donald. And they got some playmakers. Cooper Kupp's coming back. It is what it is. They made AJP in the Cup at these. Yeah, I know. Before it was like a break time. Yeah, but here's the thing, man. Where's Christian McCaffrey's drug test? You see what I mean? Where's his drug test? How about the refs get drug tested? The play where Jalen Hurts threw the ball incomplete and they called it intentional grounding, which was the dumbest, idiotic call I've ever seen from a ref calling any game. I never saw that. And don't tell me that was a good call. It was not a good call. That was a horrible call. I don't even think Madden would even call that. Madden referees wouldn't even call that. How is that a intentional grounding when it was an incomplete pass? Intentional grounding is when you throw the ball or the ball comes out or you just throw it out of bounds or something like that. Or throw it where you're trying to run and you just throw the ball like that. Okay, I get that. But he was he was still in the pocket when he threw the ball. So how is that intentional grounded? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'm trying to say that the intentional grounding call was BS. Along with the unsport. By the way, you need to get rid of this unsportsman conduct call, man. This is so stupid. You came to get a fucking turf right, and you're the NFL Roger Goodell. I'm so glad Roger Goodell is gone after this year. Hopefully we get a commissioner that can actually come in there and do a better job with this NFL. Because he's a crummy piece of shit commissioner. I'm so glad that this is his last year. After that, we don't have to see him ever again. Because these refs don't know how to call a game plan. They continue to miss calls. And when you watch the Chiefs and the Jets game, it looks like they're rigging games for certain teams. I'm not going to say it's scripted because that's BS. It's not. I think that these refs get paid. Someone's paying them because the views went up when Taylor Swift. I think I saw it. The views went down when Taylor Swift was in the game. When they showed Taylor Swift, the view count for the audience went down because people are tired of seeing the same shit. These reps are trash. You want to find people. You want to make someone take off their shoes because they got pink and orange beautiful shoes, or they got butterfly shoes, or they got Spider-Man. Like, who cares? If they're cleats, so what? But you can't even get a turf right when you're the most rich NFL, when you're the most rich sports company in America, and you can't get a turf right. You still got people getting hurt on turfs. This is what, the 5th time that someone got hurt on a turf? It's been happening for years. You can't change the field, but you can drug test a receiver. And you didn't drug test Christian McCaffrey. Where was Christian McCaffrey's drug test? Where was his? What did he have? Where was his drug test at? They're only doing to the Eagles. And it's sad, man. It's sad. You know what I'm saying? It's sad. How about you drug test Sam Howell? Because there's no way rookie quarterbacks should be playing like that. Maybe I'm just hating. I don't know. But Sam Howell should be drug tested, right? Because no rookie quarterback should be doing what he did. Oh, we're not going to talk about that. We're just going to talk about AJ. And you got some Eagle fans talk about AJ's another T.O. First of all, T.O. wasn't a bad player. He wasn't the problem. Again, knuckleheads, McNabb was. McNabb was a diva quarterback. McNabb did not want to pay T.O., which McNabb advocated to be paid. The Eagles didn't want to pay him because they had diva as a quarterback. A lot of people like McNabb. I don't like McNabb. Number one, because he was a diva. And there's a lot of people who can back me up and say he was a diva. That's why you didn't win nothing with McNabb. So people need to stop saying he's another T.O. situation. T.O. wasn't a problem. He was least of the problem. McNabb and T.O. did not work together because one guy was about himself and the other guy, well, let's be real, had emotions. Jalen Hurts is a team player. Jalen Hurts is not McNabb. You don't see Jalen Hurts going out there and say, we don't need A.J. Brown. We don't need Devontae Smith. You don't see that. That was McNabb. McNabb was selfish. McNabb was upset because he got booed during draft day. And he never got over that. And he always thought he was the best when he really wasn't. He really wasn't. He did some great things in Philadelphia, but he never did one thing he could do, what Nick Foles could do. That's why I think Nick Foles is better than him. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. McNabb didn't. That's why he was jealous of Nick Foles. That's why he was jealous of Jalen Hurts. Because you know they're better than you. You know? But they keep on saying he's a T.O. situation. T.O. wasn't a bad receiver. T.O. had no issues with the Eagles, except he wanted his money. And McNabb did not want to advocate for it. Andy Reid didn't want to advocate for it. They gave Brian Westbrook his money. But they never gave T.O. his money, which T.O. deserved his money. The agreement was if he played great and he did what he needed to do, he would have got paid. Well, he did his part. Look what he did in the Super Bowl. I think what he had over 1,000 yards in the Super Bowl with a screw in his a plate screw in his ankle. And that's hard to do. Yeah, he did it. And there was rumors he would never came back. And he said he was coming back. And he did it. And you don't want to pay him? I don't blame T.O. one bit for feeling the way he did. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, was he sometimes was he a problem later down the road? Yeah, he was. But AJ ain't nothing like that. And I'm tired of people saying he's like that. You can't always have church boys as receivers. Y'all need to stop talking about AJ Brown as I don't get why Eagle fans hate him. Well, no, I'm going to take that back. Some of the Eagle fans who are stupid hate him. The real Eagle fans who know this team love him. And they know he's a great receiver. And they know that PI call, that unsportsmanlike conduct call, which should not be in the NFL, because it takes away the fun from the game, was a bogus call. Where was Emmanuel Ford's unsportsmanlike conduct call? Huh? Because he was rubbing in A.J. Brown's face all game, talking shit to him. and he got owned. And they want to cry about it. Man, stop it, dude. If you can't dish it out, then don't cry when. If you can't dish it out, then don't do it. And he dished the shit out, and A.J. Brown finished it. A.J. Brown had 2 touchdowns and went off on him. It happens, man. Yeah, they made A.J. pee in the cup. Again, stupid, man. Because Christian McCaffrey didn't have a drug test. Sam Howell didn't have a drug test. These refs didn't have a drug test when they should have, along with a CAT scan and an MRI, along with a prostate exam to see what up their ass, because clearly it was hatred to the Eagles. They needed a prostate exam along with that commissioner for hating on greatness, and that is the Eagles. I see a lot of people talk about, let's ban the quarterback sneak. Why? Yeah, no problem. Tom Brady did it. Again, I don't understand why people get upset when Tom Brady did it. I mean, why do people get upset when Jalen Hurts does it? But Tom Brady did it. He did it for years. Not one person said anything. Not one analyst. Hell, Peter King wrote an article where he's talking about banning it. He loved it when New England did it. So there's 2 things that you don't like about Jalen Hurts. One, you don't like it because he's black, which I hope that's not the case. I don't think it's all the case. Or number 2, you just don't like the Eagles because they're doing it. And if it was Jalen Hurts on another team, you wouldn't have an issue. But since the Eagles, and you hate Philadelphia because you don't like their fans, because you ran into Philadelphia because you went to a game one time, you probably talked the most shit, and you got your ass beat, you got your ass kicked, you got your ass put on the ground, stomped out, or you got treated like an asshole, or they called you an asshole. And you wanted to cry like a little bitch instead of being a man and understand that, hey, Eagle fans going to get on your skin, and if you can handle it, you can handle it. They'll respect you. You couldn't handle it. You cried like a little girl. So you want the quarterback sneak ban because simply Jalen Hurts is on the Eagles. Or you just don't like black quarterbacks, which I don't think so. I think the second one, you just don't like the Eagles. Because Tom Brady did it, he had no issue. I see people talk about it's not the same. What do you mean it's not the same? It's the same formation. Stop lying. It is the same. What's the difference between Tom Brady doing it and Jalen Hurts doing it? What? One quarterback does it better than the other? What? The offensive line might not be better than the other one? What? Tom Brady did in Tampa Bay when he was in Tampa. I'm tired of hearing about it. Shut up and stop it. Stop crying about it. Because why can't any other quarterback do this right now when Jalen Hurts does it? Why can't – I saw yesterday Giants couldn't even do it. The Chargers couldn't even do it. Why can't teams do what we're doing? It's not a difficult play. You just need the right quarterback to do it. And there's not a lot of quarterbacks that can lift 600 pounds like Jalen Hurts and do that. That's the issue. And you don't have an offensive line like us. We do. That's why we're successful at it. It's been done. It's not a new rule. It's not like we're breaking the rules. We're doing it because we can. And they want to ban it because they mad. Just like they wanted to ban the Justin Jefferson out of bounds play. Why? Because they wanted a Justin Jefferson comeback story. And it failed in their face. And now they want that rule change. Just like they want the Terry McLaurin catch to be 2 feet in bounds. Because it's against the Eagles. That's the only reason why. No one likes the Philadelphia Eagles succeeding. They didn't like it when we won in the Super Bowl in 2017. Also 2018, because that's when the Super Bowl parade happened. So really 2018. They didn't like it last year. They were saying we didn't play nobody. And look at them again. I told you. Just be patient. We didn't play nobody. Look at them saying it now. Cupcake schedule. We didn't play nobody. No, man, I'm trying to hear this year. Shut up. I told you no. I said I don't want to hear that shit. We have the number 1 schedule. That is what the NFL told us. Shut your mouth. Unless it's congratulations to Eagle fans for your team's success, shut up. Sit down and be quiet and cry. You told me we had the number one schedule. I can't wait till you play some real teams and shit. You Eagle fans thought you had it easy. Wait until you play. Okay, well, why are we 4-0 then? I told you what was going to happen. They're haters. That's what they are. They don't want us to win. They don't like the Eagle fans. That's all it is. It's not the fact that Jalen Hurts is a bad quarterback. Nah, if Jalen Hurts was in another team, they would love him. He would be treated like Patrick Mahomes, like the Golden Boy. But yet, they hate us because he's in Philadelphia. That's why they don't like him. It has nothing to do with the quarterbacks. If they don't like him because he's in Philadelphia and they hate Eagle fans. Hit that like button. We got 4 people watching. True about McNabb. He carried Jared. He can't carry Jalen gym bag. When Andy drafted Patrick, he went straight to the top because Patrick was a student. Down was an egotistic diva. Yeah. I mean, who's a quarterback that goes into the Super Bowl? You're a franchise leader. You were drafted at the number 1 overall pick. You have Philly fans who were booing you, who didn't like the pick, and you showed them what? If I was McNabb and I did all that, and they did all that to me, I'm going to show you that I was the right choice. Yeah, you won NFC Championship games, but you didn't deliver the goods, especially in the Super Bowl. You decide to drink and get drunk before the game, your biggest game in your life. And you want me to sit there? You want me to feel bad for you? I don't feel bad for you one bit. I feel bad for T.O. I feel bad for T.O. because he's getting a bad rep because he was emotional. Now, do I think he was over the top sometimes? Yeah. But here's the thing with A.J. Brown and T.O., what the difference are. T.O. was following McNabb. Jalen Hurts, McNabb, and A.J. Brown don't yell at each other. McNabb and T.O. were screaming at each other. McNabb was trying to get away from him. T.O. followed. A.J. Brown don't do that. But, the media like to overreact. Why aren't people talking Ja'Marr Chase? Ja'Marr Chase looks more like a diva to me than A.J. Brown does. You don't see any reports about that. Oh, Ja'Marr Chase, he's not a good player. You don't see Bengal fans saying we should get rid of Ja'Marr Chase, right? He flat out said to the media, I'm always open. I'm fucking open. Exactly what his words was. A.J. Brown didn't say that. You didn't hear A.J. Brown say, I'm open. I'm always fucking open. That's his words that Ja'Marr Chase said. Now, if A.J. Brown said that, I guarantee there'd be so many reports, let's get rid of A.J. Brown. Hey, stop it, man. Stop. You sound ridiculous. You sound stupid. You sound like you don't know what you're talking about. Guys have emotion. That's part of the game. You're not going to get a church boy. Stop it. Stop it. Let it go. I don't understand why people have an issue with A.J. Brown. I really don't care. Because y'all have an issue with A.J. Brown for what reason? He addressed the Jalen Hurts situation. I thought we moved on, but clearly we didn't. That's why I don't think A.J. Brown should apologize at all. I think he should have let y'all cry about it. It's not like Howie would have got rid of him. You just would be sulking. That's it. He apologized and y'all still trying to get rid of him. Why? After what we've been asking for, what did we ask for? We asked for receivers. We begged for a number 1 receiver, and now we got one. You want him out of here because he has some emotion? Grow up and act like a man. That's why some of y'all are not men out here, man. Who tells another man how to act, bro? Beta males do. Little girls who don't know what they talk about. You out here crying over another man because he shows emotion? How dare does A.J. Brown show emotion? Oh, let's trade him. Shut up. Sit the hell down. Sit down. Be quiet. That's why you're not the GM and Howard Roseman is. Because guys like you would ruin this team. Now it's A.J. Brown almost cost us. Shut up. No, we didn't. That unsportsman conduct is such a BS. He didn't really do too much. I don't get that rule. Where was Manuel Forbes unsportsman conduct? Because he should have 3. Matter of fact, 4. He was talking all shit all the game. Talk shit all game, and he got absolutely schooled by A.J. Brown. And now you want to cry about and talk about A.J. Brown is a bad team. Shut up. Sit down. Be quiet. I'm sick of y'all. Stop with the A.J. Brown hate. I'm tired of it. Go root for a new team. I don't like y'all Eagle fans. I don't. I don't care how much you root for this Eagles team. I don't care how much of a fan you are. You say that shit, you're not an Eagle fan to me. I don't want you to claim me. Don't do that. You make me embarrassed to be Eagle fans. You're ungrateful Eagle fans. Some of y'all. Not all of y'all. A lot of Eagle fans who are really Eagle fans know that A.J. Brown is a beast. And we really need him. And we would not want to trade him. Yet you got people still there on Twitter. I think it's mainly Twitter. Because they don't got guts to come on the platform and say what they say. Because they would get clowned. So they say on Twitter, oh, A.J. Brown, I don't want another T.O. situation. Just like on YouTube comments. I don't want a T.O. situation. I don't want you on my fan base. Go away. Go root for a new team. Take your negative energy, which you have about A.J. Brown, and get the hell out of here. How about that? He's not a T.O. He's the opposite of him, if you want to be real. The way he talks is not like T.O. And T.O. wasn't the problem. Learn your football. There's 60-year-old, 50-year-old men out here who don't know the Eagles' history, and yet you want to talk? T.O. had no issue until he didn't get his money. So stop it. And A.J. Brown's paid, so stop it. I'm done with this situation. Let's move on. Let's talk about something else. I'm done with it. I hate the fact that we have to trash A.J. Brown. Like, come on, man. Stop it. We begged for a receiver. Now we got one we want him at. Man, y'all killing me. You're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. You know what I'm saying? They made A.J. Brown pee in a cup. I think I read that. But yeah, I thought our defense overall, got some struggles. And I'm hoping Sean Asai, I watched his press conference. I don't understand how you watched this game versus the Commanders. Maybe you were pissed off afterwards. I don't know. I don't know how he thinks. But you come into the press conference and you're smiling. There's nothing to smile about. I would ask them, if I was a reporter, why is your defense playing so conservative against a rookie quarterback? Why? We should have more sacks than what we had last week. I'm thankful our offense has a quarterback named Jalen Hurts on his team. I'm thankful we have a leader like Jalen Hurts. I'm thankful we have A.J. Brown, yeah, I said it, and Devontae Smith on the team. Shut up and sit down. A.J. Brown helped us win this game. Jalen Hurts took over this game. He showed you once again why he's the best quarterback in the National Football League. One of the best, top 2 at best. Jalen Hurts is a freaking beast. He's a different breed. Like what he said, he's a different breed. This offense carried his defense this game. And you know what? Sometimes it's going to be like that. But this defense struggled. Again, it could be the fact that we had 2 safeties out. But again, good defense coordinators find a way to adjust. What happens if you don't have a great safety? That's what I want to know. If your safeties go down with injury, who are you going to rely on? How are you going to make sure you do your job? I like Sean Asai's attitude. I want him to be our guy for years as a defense coordinator. And there's a lot of people saying that Nick Sirianni loves his defense. Well, I don't know how you can like this defense. Why would you be the head coach? You had to promise Jonathan Gannon. You wanted him out of here. And you bring another guy just like him? Make that make sense for me. That's like saying me go to a restaurant, order the exact same food that I absolutely don't like, but because it's made different, because it's wrapped different, and it looks like a different version of it, I'm still going to eat it. It still tastes the same. You see what I'm saying? So pretty much what people are telling me is Nick Sonic likes this bend and break defense. Why? Why? What? I don't believe that one bit. I don't think so. There's no way my head coach can think that's a good idea. No, I don't believe that. I think Sean Desai had one bad day. I'm going to think that until I have to see it again. Hopefully, just one bad game. Just one bad game. And he looks like aggressive defense. We come out against the Rams. We're freaking dominating. Our offense dominating. I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping that we don't have a Jonathan Gannon situation. I know people don't want to hear we're 4-0. Yeah, you said that last year. Yeah, Jonathan Gannon is doing a great job. No, he's not. Oh, no, but look at his stats. Yeah, look at his stats. Look at the defense he has. Y'all said the last year, don't worry about anything he's won. You'll be all right. Yeah. What happened in the Super Bowl? No, I'm going to talk about these things because simply we need to answer these things. There's some great things. We're 4-0 because we're a good football team, but good football teams make adjustments. And you were playing against good football teams that are better than what you played for. I mean, you played against, excuse me. You're 4-0 because your offense is scoring points. You're 4-0 because your defense is bailing the defense coordinator out. Not because your coordinators are doing a good job. Brian Johnson is still struggling. First half, we go down and score. The second half, what are we doing? Then we come back in the second half. We're down by, 17 points? Because our offense can't get going? Because, I don't know, we don't run the ball? You know what I'm saying? And we want to play pass happy all the time. We want to call pass happy offense. Brian Johnson's still struggling. And it's week 5 coming up soon. He better get his stuff together, man. Along with Sean Desai. You had all day to prepare. You need to come out and actually have a dominated football game. For one time, at least one time. So y'all can see that you could do it. Oh, and by the way, I hate the whole notion. And which really pisses me off, not to get off topic, is the fact that you're my head coach, you're saying, well, we don't got to win games like this. No, yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. Because if you don't start winning games like this, when you get to the playoffs, then you're not going to learn how to win games like this. And that is dominating football teams. You got to start doing that. We're not playing against the Vikings. We played them and we struggled. We won though, but we struggled. You're not playing a game. You're not playing against soft teams. You're playing against teams that can score to 50 to 40 points. The Bills can. The Dolphins can. The Jets, they can score points too. Zach Wilson, I thought played good against the Chiefs. He's starting to, come around. But if Sam Howell was able to score 35 points against Shaw defense, imagine what these elite teams are going to do. You still got the Kansas City Chiefs you're playing in Kansas City. Another ESPN game. Those are things that I'm worried about. Yeah, it's great that you win in games like a tight situation. That's fine. But I need you to start being dominant. Both offense, defense. Can we get 4 quarters of good football? Not just 1, not just 2, but 4. Can I see my corners press up on these receivers and show why we pay them? People talk about Darius Slay's washed. No, he's not washed. We don't use him the right way. How are you going to use a cornerback when he's 15 yards off the goddamn ball? That's not what you paid Darius Slay for. We paid him so he can guard his receivers. If I'm Darius Slay and Bradbury, I'm walking up to Sean Desai and say, why can't you not let me play my receiver? Let me guard his receiver. You just call the plays. Let me be impressed and press up on these receivers. And let them try to beat me off the line. Why are we playing guys off the ball? And then, it's like, come on. I don't like this type of defense, man. And I had a problem with Sean Side. When I watched it again, man, we had third downs. We had 3rd and 3 at one time, right? We had a chance to get off the ball many times and give our offense back the ball. And we couldn't even get off. We couldn't get off the field. Sam Howell was able to deliver a strike. Nobody was covering him. And where was these corners all game? These corners were getting burnt. Safeties were getting tortured. It wasn't a good game for Sean Asai. And I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to say 4-0 and let's just talk about positive. No. The Rams can definitely beat us if we play like this. And I feel like this is the only way for Eagle fans to learn. And I don't want to wish this. It's us for losing games. Because there's a lot of Eagle fans on Twitter circles that talking trash to Rams. Like, they're talking trash to the Rams. Like, we didn't just give up 34 points to the goddamn Commanders, a rookie quarterback. I would not be talking to Rams fans. Matter of fact, I'd be a little nervous. Because if they can score 34 points, what do you think Matthew Stafford going to do to us? Some of these Eagle fans are cocky because they think they're 4-0. I'm not going to be one of those. I'm going to be humble this time. I think this can go either way. We are going to the house. They do have a chance to take away an undefeated game. And I feel like one of those games we're going to be undefeated. Unfortunately, we're going to lose the undefeated record. And I don't want to be undefeated, honestly. If we're undefeated, that's great and fine, but I don't think we're going to be undefeated. I think we're going to lose one of those games. And it could be this Sunday. At 4, I could see that. Sean Asai playing conservative defense. You play like that against Matthew Stafford, you will lose. You play like that against Tua, you will lose. I don't care about the 4-0 record. Are you making adjustments? People look at the record. I look at the play style and how you guarding these receivers. You do that against any other receiver in the league. And Terry McLaurin, you allowed open. Hell, you let the tight end get open. Everybody was eating in Washington, especially the offense. That's why I don't understand why Washington fans are upset. I'd be proud of my team. My team competed against a team that was supposed to be better. I'd be happy. If I'm Awesome in Sports, if she's in the chat, I'd be happy. Yeah, you didn't blow us out, but we competed. We showed you we weren't that team that you thought we were. And your defense, they don't look like they were better than what we thought. And that worried me. Watching that defense, I was going like this the whole time. Like, that's what I was doing. I was frustrated. I was screaming at the top of my lungs, press on these receivers. Why are we not? I said right on when I was watching the game, I would blitz right here. Nope, don't blitz. You blitz Sam Howell, and you make him force the ball. And there was so many times we had turnovers, we couldn't turn over the ball. We're not, like the fumble with Brian Robinson, we should have got on that ball. That's a turnover. You could have taken away 6 points off the board. That pick that Emmets dropped, that's a turnover. But the concerted defense with the missed opportunities, it was a sloppy game for this defense against a rookie quarterback. If it was against Mahomes, if it was against Tyreek Hill and Tua, I get that because I expect those to be close games. But a goddamn rookie quarterback that has played only one season, this is his first season as a full-time starter, you allow that to happen, you give me Jonathan Gannon vibes, dude. And I don't like Jonathan Gannon's defense. Never did. That's my problem. And people don't want to talk about that. They told me, EC1, be happy. Why you're a fake Eagle fan? Why? Because I expect my team to be better? So I'm not going to have expectations. Because I have to be positive, even though my defense gave up 5 points against a rookie quarterback, not a veteran, not a elite quarterback, Sam Howell. If I'm a Commander fan, I'm sitting there laughing. Hell, we gave you a game. I was telling Commander fans our defense was the real bright spot. Turns out it wasn't. April Fool's EC1, even though it was an April Fool's, because it's not April, but April Fool's. You play Baker Mayfield. It looked like we did. That was not a good game plan for Sean Desai. I did not like it. It got to get better, man. Listen, we're 4-0 because we're finding ways to win, and that's great. But eventually, we're going to shoot ourselves in the foot. And you can't win games like that. Eventually, it's going to catch up to you. But I'll take this W. Anytime you're going to get a W, I'm okay with it. But I need things to improve. Slay is not what I think he is. Any of these Rams receivers can prove it. No, I think Slay also was getting put in the wrong situations. Like, what is Slay good at? What did we saw Slay do against Justin Jefferson last year that we did not see this year? Which I don't understand how Sean Desai can't go back and watch Darius Slay how he locked down his receivers. You know, he would press on these receivers. He's a cornerback that can press on these receivers. He is a guy that can go one-on-one with them in man coverage. We're putting him in the zone. He's not a zone corner. He's a man-to-man corner. He's a lockdown, in-your-face all day corner. Why are we playing him 5 yards, 15 yards off the ball when you have a guy like Terry McLaurin? That is different when you're playing the Giants, who have no receivers. I'm okay with that. Okay, you want to play conservative defense? I get that. Because if we can't stretch the field. But you allowed a quarterback to not. You'd rather not give up the big play and take your chance on doing something to affect the quarterback, which you would have got more positive results. So you'd rather a quarterback kill you by thinking they donk their way and ripping you apart piece by piece because you don't want to give up the big play. And I don't get that. I'd rather give up the big play. Okay, if it happens, it happens. Next time. And eventually he's going to throw a pick. So you rather play conservative defense, this zone defense that don't work in the NFL. That's why Vic Fangio was fired by the Broncos. That's why Vic Fangio is not a good defense coordinator now. It's not. And the Bills were able to carve them up. That zone defense don't work. And my boy Phil Alton was telling me this is another Jonathan Gannon. I hope it's not the truth, but last week it looked like it. It looked like Jonathan Gannon was calling the plays. And I hope not, because I like Sean Desai's attitude. I like the fact that he says, I want Philly fans to feel us. We're going to be physical. We're going to be dominant. We're going to be tough. And it got me fired up. I was looking forward to this. I said, this defense is not going to be Jonathan Gannon. I was telling Washington fans all this week, you're not playing Jonathan Gannon defense. Too bad I was wrong. That was a Jonathan Gannon defense that they just played on. It looked like the similar from last year. Maybe you blitz a little bit more. That's pretty much it. But the corners are still 5 yards off the ball where it should be pressed on these receivers all times. Defense are still not getting pressure. You don't send any blitz to affect the quarterback. And when you did, you got a sack. Look, Sam Howell got hit. Look, Sam Howell almost fumbled the ball. Look, Hassan Riddick got a sack for the first time. Why don't you keep doing that? Why don't you keep doing that? What do they do in the building? Do they just look at the fact they won and say, all right, we're fine? Nah, nothing to worry about. Or do they look to improve? I hope they look at every result that was bad and say, we're going to work on that. I'm going to be better at that. I hope that. I hope we hold our coaches to accountability. I hope they hold ourselves to accountability. The players bailed out Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni's so lucky. Listen, man, I like Nick Sirianni, but dude, you got to yell at these coordinators, dude. I love the fact that he yelled at them in New England. You saw him go to the Sean Desai, yell at him. So I know this is not the scheme that he likes because he was yelling at them. And you saw him against the Washington. He was yelling at them. He was pissed off. So I don't believe that he likes the scheme. I don't believe that's his defense that he likes. Because again, he had an issue in the Super Bowl. He went to his defense say, make a play. I know our defense coordinator. I think what he's trying to say was he couldn't say was I know our defense coordinator in the Super Bowl was trash. I know that. Just make a play. We know that your defense coordinator is not doing a good job. We know that. We know that. So I don't think that he likes that scheme. I think that Jeffrey Lurie and Howard Roseman likes that scheme. That's what I think. I think they like that scheme because they won with Jim Schwartz. And Jim Schwartz won us a Super Bowl. That's why they like that Ben Bray. I think Howard Roseman liked that scheme because Jim Schwartz was the exact same way. Ben Bray defense. But here's the thing with Jim Schwartz, though. He would make adjustments. But there was many times where he frustrated me. I didn't like Jim Schwartz's scheme. And we were lucky to win that Super Bowl, by the way. Because our defense could not stop nobody. It was our offense that was scoring points. But we were banking on that one play, Hail Mary, not to get through to the receiver's hands. But Jim Schwartz was terrible. Now, he's better than Cleveland because he grew up a little bit, and I think that he learned from his mistakes. Also, I don't think they gave him the talent they did with Jonathan Gannon, like they're doing with Sean Desai. But Sean Desai, to me, dude, you got to make adjustments. Like my mom always told me, if something don't work, you try it a different way. You don't do the same thing if it don't work. If you know one play is working and you're getting results in pass breakups or you're getting results in completions, then do it that way. Make them adjust to you, not defense adjusting to the offense. And I felt like we're afraid. We're afraid of a rookie. I don't like being killed with thousands of paper cuts, man. And that's what this zone defense is. That's what Vic D'Angelo I had a problem with. That's why me and Philly halftime, shout out to him if he's watching, I want a Lovie Smith. And people tell me, well, I don't want Lovie Smith. I do. Because I guarantee he wouldn't be put up with that shit. And I think with this defense, he would have been very good with this defense. But we wanted to hire Sean Desai. And a lot of fans were telling me this is not a Jonathan Gannon defense. And I said, I don't think so. And I thought he was going to be great. And maybe I'm overreacting, but that was scary to watch if you're an Eagles fan. You got flashbacks from the Super Bowl with Jonathan Gannon. You can't tell me you didn't. That third down when you can't go off the field and your quarterback is sitting back, the opposing quarterback is sitting back and carving you up. Corners are 15 yards off the ball. Your safeties are far. Why are safeties far away from the ball? Why? They should be playing close. Where's the cornerback blitz? Where's all that? I don't understand. We go for defense in the draft, and we play the exact same way. You can do so much more with this defense. So hopefully this Rams game, we don't play like that. And I better not see that every game from Sean Desai. You want to be cautious, do it against the Giants because you know they can't stretch the field and they suck. By then, they'll be tanking. By then, they'll have backups. Dane Jones will be benched by then. If he's not benched by this week because his coach looked pissed off. Okay? But against the Bills and the Dolphins and the Jets, people don't want to hear it. We will lose those games. And if we're in those games, it's going to be because of a quarterback. And we shouldn't have that. I like the fact that a quarterback can fight and have shootouts. But a defense got to do something. Show up. Not even in our defense. I'll even take that back. It's not our defense who played bad. Our defense played great. It's our defense of coordinator that we were so excited to see. This was supposed to be a different defense coordinator that was going to be better than Jonathan Gannon. That is what I heard. Now, my boy for that time, shout out to him if he's watching, said, this is another Jonathan Gannon. I don't like this DC. And I said, I don't know about that one. And he told me, straight to my face, if you don't like Jonathan Gannon's defense, you won't like Sean Desai's defense. I didn't like this defense. I hope that's not the case. Got 4 people watching that like button, subscribe. Subscribe to this channel. You know what I'm saying? Um, you signed veteran Bradley Roby. Let's talk about it. Okay. Looking at Bradley Roby, who's 31 years old. Okay. Um, we bring another band aid corner. Where he really is a band aid corner. Okay. He's 31 years old. He's not bad, but he's not what he was. I don't expect him to be. Um, you bring Bradley Roby in for depth. I like the move. Um, 2022 for New Orleans, he had 36 combined, 7 assists, 0 sacks, 0 interceptions. 2021, his best season was 23 as the New Orleans Saints, 4 assists, 1.0 sacks, and 1 interception. His whole career, 370 combined, assists 43, 5.0, and 11 interceptions total. So, he's a good, okay corner. He's not fabulous. I think that he brings some veteran, and we have a defense that's very complete. Like I said, this defense coordinator can get his stuff right and don't look like John Gannon again. You can use him in so many ways. I still think he's a very good signing, and I like the move. We also interested in getting a guy like Claypool, a receiver. And it's not because they don't think Quez Watkins is injured. It's because they don't trust Quez Watkins. Quez Watkins, Eagles players, I'm sorry, not the Eagles players, Eagles front office is losing faith. I think Oz shows you that he's definitely the replacement. And if it was for me, if I was Howard Roseman, I'd look to trade Quez Watkins in the trade deadline. We cannot rely on him. Number one, he's not even on the field. Has he played one snap this year? Number two, he's a hamstring. Didn't play in preseason. Didn't play in the regular season. I think he played one time week 1 and was out. And I think we saw him one time against the Vikings. And after that, he's hurt again. He's injured. And he also fumbles the ball. Like, I'm so glad we didn't have him against the Commanders. I guarantee he would have fumbled the ball. He would have fumbled the ball. I think Oz showed you he's a great number 3. But again, Claypool, the thing about him is I don't know what to think about it. Claypool is a guy that has a lot of potential, but a lot of people are saying that he's not a good teammate. And I don't know if you want to bring that in the locker room, but here's the thing, man. When you look at the situation, they said the same thing about Jalen Carter, yet they drafted him. He has issues, character issues. No, we don't. They said the same thing about A.J. Brown. His issues. No, we don't. Your team just sucks. So maybe Claypool would be better with the Eagles. Because, let's be real, the Bears are not a good organization. The Steelers are not a good organization. They're not. I don't think they have a good organization like the Eagles. Not like the Eagles. That could take players who have issues and can find a way to deal with them. We've traded for guys like Michael Bennett, who had issues. He had that one incident with the paraplegic incident, which was a bogus lie. Right? You remember he pushed the 6 or 9-year-old paraplegic woman? How we traded for a corner, Darryl Worley, who was cut because he decided to drink and drive on the turnpike and fight with police. So we taking chances. It would not shock me if we take a chance on Chase Claypool. It wouldn't. Do I think we need him? No. I think safety would be a better option. I think that if you can give me a Budda Baker over a Claypool, I'd rather have that. But I think a depth-wise for receiver, I wouldn't mind that. You add another body receiver to Jalen Hurts. I know a lot of people don't like Claypool. But, again, Claypool is a talented receiver. The problem is, and the reason I wouldn't trade for him is, number one, you don't need to. If you wait for a while, they're going to release him. Number two, he's lazy. He doesn't want to block. Well, in a scheme, you're going to have to block. You're not going to get the ball all the time. You either block or you're not going to be here. A.J. Brown blocks. That's why he's here. Devontae Smith blocks. You have to block because this is a running football team. We run first, then we throw. So if he's not going to block and you don't want to block, he wants to get the ball all the time. Well, he's not going to last here. So unless he agrees to, maybe he just don't want to be there because let's be real, the Bears stink. I heard also reports that they don't want him back in the facility. Why is that? Because he has issues or the fact that he doesn't want to be there. I don't know. There's a lot of red flags with Claypool. But there's rumors the Eagles are interested. But then again, you can't believe every report you hear. Okay? We heard the same thing with Jonathan Taylor. And it turns out it wasn't the Eagles who were interested in him. It was the Green Bay Packers that were interested in him. It was the who else was it? The Miami Dolphins. It was two teams. And it wasn't the Eagles. Turned out it was the Green Bay Packers who wanted him. So I'm not going to believe that report. I don't think it's true. I think that they like Oz. I think that they're very high on the safety. Um, you know, and I think that a guy like Jeremy Chin would bring a lot to this team. If you could get Bruder Baker, that'd be great. But also, I'm looking at a guy in Chicago, Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson not mentioned. They talk about Brisker. I don't think Brisker will get traded. I think he's young. I think they're going to build around him. He talked about he don't want to be there. He already retweeted a comment talking about the Bears suck. Why would you tweet that and actually like the post? That's not really a guy that you want on the team. But at the same time, you never know. Maybe maybe the Bears want him to keep him. But I'm looking at a guy like Eddie Jackson. Eddie Jackson is a good safety. Where did he come from? Where was he playing for? Who was his defense coordinator in 2021? Well, not 2021, 2018. Sean Asai. And why not go out and get Eddie Jackson? What is he, only 27 years old? 28? I think would be a very good safety. Number one, I also like Eddie Jackson. I think he's a very good safety, man. Came out of Alabama, was a beast out of there. Wanted to draft him. The Bears ended up getting him. He was a very good safety. And I still think he has it. And why not bring him on a team that's ready to win a Super Bowl, right? Eddie Jackson would be a guy I'll be looking at, right? Because I can see the Bears. I think the Bears are done. I don't think the Bears are going to win. If they lose to the Commanders this Thursday night, or is it Monday night? Is it Monday night? I forget when it is. But they lose the same how, they're done. Their season's done. They're going to be tanking. They're going to be shopping players. They're going to be shopping players. You could be seeing guys like Brisker getting traded. Guys like you could see a lot of guys getting traded. Justin Fields could be moved. The coach could be fired. The Bears need this win desperately. If they don't win this, they're done. They might be done already, but if they lose against the Commanders, it's a rapsy-scapsy for them. It's a rapsy-scapsy for them. And I think that they're one of those teams that we can be looking at to trade for. We have a good relationship with the Bears. Eddie Jackson is a hot name that has been rumored to be traded by the Bears many times. I don't know what his contract looking like, but I know that he's a good safety, and I know that he played with Sean Asai. Brisker I would like because he's young, but again, I don't know if they're going to trade their star safety that they drafted. Well, not star safety, a guy that they drafted in the second round from Penn State. Now, I like them coming out, but I think they just drafted him. So there's no point of trading the guy that you really just drafted. You're going to let him learn for a while. And if he doesn't get himself together, okay, you move him. But he's been in the league for 2 years? He was drafted the same year, I believe, that we drafted Jordan Davis. Because it was one of those guys I wanted. He was in the same draft as Jordan Davis in 2020, the same year we got AJ Brown. So, you're not going to trade a guy like that. But A. Jackson would be a guy I'd be looking at, man. And I think the Eagles would be high on him. I think Jeremy Chin is another guy that I would like. But I think that Jeremy Chin, I think the Panthers not going to let him go. Jeremy Chin's the best safety. Why would they let him go? I think they're going to pay him. He's still young. If I'm the Panthers, I would pay Jeremy Chin. He's been your best safety. And you would want that guy as a guy that if you're going to rebuild and you're going to, let's say, this team is young. Why wouldn't you want a safety like that? I'd pay him if I was the Carolina Panthers. I think that would be great if we get him. But the guy I'm looking at for the safety position would be Eddie Jackson. Because I think that if the Bears lose to the Commanders, I think Eddie Jackson could be moved. But if we could get Brisker, man, I'll be all for it. I think Eddie Jackson would be a great addition. But again, I don't know what we're going to do. But you get Bradley Roby. He drew interest from multiple teams, but says he wanted to come to Philly to help the Eagles win. So, and I love that. You know, so you bring Bradley Roby. He chose to come here because he could have gone with the other teams. So the fact that he came and saw this culture, I like that, man. You know, hopefully he's not as bad as God. Oh man, dude, I like Alabama cornerbacks, but I can see why our corner that was undrafted, what's his name? Josh Jobs, whatever his name. He's terrible. He's terrible, man. He's not a good corner. I can see why the Eagles brought him in. I like this move, Bradley Roby. Start him. That dude just can't cover, dude. Oh my God, he's so frustrating to watch, man. I get he's a rookie, bro, but come on, he's not ready, man. He's just not. He's not ready. He's not ready. Slay is not what you think he is. Yeah, I mean that's true. In a way, I mean, is he what he was when he was with Detroit? No. But again, why are we talking about Darius Slay when we're not using him in the right position? I thought he did a phenomenal job when he was covering these receivers when he was pressing up on them. The problem is we don't use him the right way. If another defense had Darius Slay, he would be the best corner right now in football. No question about it. He'd be a top 5 corner right now. And I still think he is a top 5 corner. But again, he's not his own corner. And yet we have defense coordinators that look at Darius Slay and look at Bradbury and say, instead of pressing up on him, let's play zone when they're not a zone corner. Guys, those two corners are veterans that can lock down receivers by pressing on them. You play press coverage. They're great corners, aren't they? Darius Slay, when you pressed on when Darius Slay pressed up on Terry McLaurin, even though it was a PI, which was BS, he was able to break that pass no problem. But yet you play him 5 yards off the football when he's not that type of corner. And that's not how you use a guy like Darius Slay, who you paid. But I get it. It's frustrating. You know, he got to do a little bit better. He does get burned. And I get it. But this defense coordinator also is not using these guys in the right position. They're not. Like, why didn't we have Jordan Davis when they were running the football? Why was he there when the goal line? When we had the goal line, why didn't we not put Jordan Davis on when they were at the goal line? When Brian Robinson was running through us like a wet paper bag. Dude, why? Why did we not use him like that? It makes no sense. Some of the things that were questionable for Sean Desai. Do I think it's going to happen all the time? No, I don't. But I hope not. And I pray that it doesn't. Because if we have another Jonathan Gannon situation, well, you might as well just get ready for a loss in the Super Bowl. Because once again, we're going to see the exact same, or we might not even get there. But if we do get there and we have another Jonathan Gannon, I'm preparing for us to lose. I'm sorry. I hope not. But that's the truth. Because I hope our defense is a lot better, especially defense coordinator. I want a teacher. I want a guy that has a different philosophy that we haven't seen. Give me a blitz. Give me a cornerback blitz. Be aggressive. You know what I'm saying? I'm hoping that he does a lot better with the Rams. This is a Rams football team. What's the record right now? What's the Rams record right now? Let me look it up. Come on. Stupid freaking. Oh, my gosh. This computer laptop. Let's see. So the Rams, let's see their record. The Rams are third in the NFC West, okay? And they won 29-23 against the Colts, okay? Puka Nacua, whatever his name is, he's looking good over there. So, yeah, the Rams are in third place right now. And, you know, they had a tough shootout with the Colts. You know, I think they won. Did they win? Did they beat the Colts? Yeah, they beat the Colts 29-23. And they played the Philadelphia Eagles 4-5. So we need to be on the A game. Okay. I can see the Rams looking at this game, the way they played against the Colts, and taking that on the Eagles. Number two, we always beat them in their building. That's why I'm not worried about the Rams. I'm hoping my defense coordinator knows what he's doing. I'm not worried about Jalen Hurts. Before I was talking about our defense, I'm more confident in our defense and our offense. This week, I'm more confident in my offense and my defense. It's crazy. We can never have both. Why can't we not have both? Can I get both offense and defense playing great? I mean, we saw that versus Tampa Bay a little bit. But I need a full, complete game for those two. We got to be better. And I get what the coach is saying. We're going to win in different ways. I get that. We're not playing our best football. I know that. Well, we don't need to play. Yeah, you do, though. You don't got to show everything. You don't got to blow teams out by 60. But can you at least show that you're consistent on both sides of the ball? Can you show me you don't allow a rookie quarterback, Sam Howell, to go up and down because you don't want to give up the big yards, so you allow them to take what the defense is giving you by thinking they donking their way down the field. Like I said, it's like watching them pretty much poking you with a needle and continue to poke you with a needle. You know what I'm saying? Continue to stab you with pretty much a pencil. Okay? Pencil. That's our defense. What I saw with the Commanders. Pencil poking. Keep on poking you with a fork. Or, I'm sorry, better one. A fork. A metal fork. Just keep on stabbing you with a fork, man. Until you bleed to death. That's like watching this defense. That's what I'm watching when Jonathan Gannon. It's torture. You're better off just slicing my neck and get it over with. I understand you're afraid of taking the big play. They're afraid of losing the big play or getting destroyed with a huge play down the field. But I'd rather have that than them poking me with a fork and just carving us up, and we can't get off the field. And now that you're not helping your defense when your defense is tired. And you're giving receivers 5 yards off the football to get free. And you have nobody. Where was the play in the end zone when they did the screen? You know, when they did the jet sweep where the one receiver went all the way down there, there's nobody following him. Where was the corner at? That one touchdown, what was it? What was that receiver that had a what was it? It was a screen. Was it a jet sweep? It was a jet sweep, right? Or was it a cross? I forget what play it was. And it was in the end zone. And one of the receivers went all the way down there, and there was no, like, look at my hand. They went all the way down there. Open, nobody there. Where was the corners at? Why weren't they following them? What was the scheme? Then you allow Brian Robinson to pretty much run over you. That is the most rushing yards we ever led out of any other team. He plowed on us like we were nothing. Jordan Davis wasn't. Why wasn't Jordan Davis on the run stop? When he was, we shut down in that running game. I said in this game, in order to win this, in order to stop the Commanders, you had to stop the running game. We couldn't even do that. We struggled against the run. When they couldn't run the ball, they were trying to throw the ball, and you saw the struggles from Sam Howell. I said the only way the Commanders ran this game was to run the ball and throw quick slants. They did that. And they ended up getting huge strikes. We didn't attack one time their weakest offensive lineman. We didn't try to blitz, cornerback blitz. We didn't do none of that. Like, why don't we just do a one time where we see cornerback blitz? Like, there's come out of nowhere, just a cornerback blitz, just blitz the hell out of the quarterback. Confuse them. Do something that this rookie quarterback has not seen. We didn't do that. We allowed him to pretty much poke us with a fork. That's what we did. Poke us with a fork. That's what we did. And I don't understand that. You're better off just slicing my neck if you're going to torture me with that defense. There's no point of you trying to allow an offense to poke you with a fork. That's like watching Jonathan Gannon's defense. Unless you're poking you with a fork or a screwdriver in your arm and stab you constantly until you finally bleed out. because you're afraid of giving up the big play. So you play this bend and break conservative defense. That defense, offense coordinators love going against. They thrive off that. They quarterbacks can beat that. A high school quarterback can destroy that scheme. You put him in the NFL, he can destroy that scheme. That scheme is so easy to destroy. You didn't see any mixed coverages. It was the same defense over and over again. When you made adjustments, look what happened. You were able to get a sack. You were able to get to Sam Howell, or you're able to make him turn over the ball, or he was able to complete to the receiver. And then you went right back to your behaviors. That killed you. Makes no sense. Like robbing a bank. And you know it's wrong, and you went to jail for it. You went to prison. You come back, and you would think you will learn your lesson. I shouldn't do that again. I lost some of my life. Not like that, but I'm just saying, an example. So what do? You rob a bank again. Even though you went to jail and you went to prison for it. You do the exact same thing that got you locked up. Why would you do it again? So you can get locked back up? That is stupidity. And this defense corner, when I watch him versus the Commanders, you allowed a quarterback to a rookie, not a veteran, not a guy who's been in the league for how many years. This is his first full season as a quarterback. He played 4 games last year. He never played against us. And he had a game where he looked like a veteran Pro Bowler quarterback. He looked like he was in the league for a long time. That the Commanders always had a quarterback. That's unacceptable. It'd be different you're playing Patrick Mahomes. I expect you to give up points to him, right? It'd be different you played Sam Howell. You played Sam Howell with a struggling offensive lineman. They gave up 9 sacks against the Bills. Why didn't our defense coordinator, Sean Asai, go to the game plan of did he watch films against the Bills? Why didn't you use some of that and do that to Sam Howell? Makes no sense. I hope he's watching what the Rams struggle with and use that to attack him this Sunday. That is a good defense coordinator. When you're able to adjust and you're able to find things that are weakness for the offense, that is a good defense coordinator. I hope they're not just sitting there saying, oh, we won. Who cares? We're not watching film. I don't think they think like that, but I hope they don't. I hope they fix these mistakes. And it's week 4. That's why I'm not really over angry of it. But that defense coordinator, man, dude, that was Jonathan Gannon-esque. And I didn't want that. And I hope Philly halftime, shout to my guy, he's watching. I hope he's not right. Because he said in the offseason, if you don't like Jonathan Gannon's defense, you're not going to like Sean Desai's defense. I hope not. I was rooting for this guy, man. And I don't want to be the one bringing out the clown image. Don't make me bring out the clown images with him. Because I will really do that. I don't want to be dissing my defense coordinator or making clown images of him or calling him a goofball or a dumbass or saying he sucks. Get a new shirt. I don't want to be doing none of that. But when you freaking are giving up 35 points to a Commanders team, fucking jersey, I'm hot as hell. Fuck it. I'm getting another shirt. When you give up 35 points to a team when you're not supposed to, that's unacceptable. And we won, but we shouldn't have won like that. We should have dominated that football team. I'm going to keep it real with you. What's this? Sorry, guys. Let me see. hit that like button, subscribe to this channel. And anybody wants to join, you can. I'll drop the link for y'all. Actually, I'm not going to even do that today. Because people won't even come on here. But it is views. But what I'm trying to say is, all right, the Philadelphia Eagles, there's some things that we got to work on. This defense coordinator giving up 35 points against a rookie quarterback. It's unacceptable. It's not good for your players. You're not helping your defense. You're making them more stressed out. You're putting more on their plate, okay? So it's not like we're helping our defense. No, we're keeping them out there more. So I'm hoping that Sean Desai looks at this game tape. You know, he had a press conference. I didn't really get to watch it. I might do that today. What do you think? We should react to the Sean Desai press conference. I know he was smiling earlier. I watched some of it. I think I watched a little bit of it. Again, I don't know why he's smiling. I wouldn't be smiling if I was in the press conference after giving up 35 points the same hour. What's up, guys? No, what's up, guys? Tell me how you're going to be better. You giving up 35. If I was a reporter, I'm telling you why you giving up. So, Sam Howell, you gave up 35 points to? Well, no, there ain't no well about it. You gave up 35 points to a rookie. You acting like you didn't see anything. You couldn't throw anything out that he didn't see. I can't stand that defense, man. I'm sorry. And if I have to hear another, if I see another Jonathan Gannon type defense, man, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. Man. I'm gonna lose my mind, dude. I can't accept that, dude. You know what I'm saying? What's the point? That's one hat, man. What's my Eagles hat? What's the point of going out and getting players if you're not going to use them properly? What's the point? What's the point of paying a corner top money when you don't put them in the right position? Until I see Darius Slay get lined up and in press coverage and he gives up the big play and we use him correctly, then I can't say he's trash because we don't use him right. Pass defense is trash. Yeah, it is. And it got to get cleaned up right away. Because like I said, man, it's not no joke who we're playing, man. You think 4-0 is great? That's fine and great. But good teams go out, they dominate. Good teams, especially week 4, that's when you play your best football. Week 4, week 5, that's when teams show up for real. Week 3, I get it, you're still learning. And again, it doesn't help. Also, I get it. When you don't play preseason, when you think joint practices, you know, which they won't do next year. They'll forget about what happened, and they will do what they do every year. They won't start these guys in preseason. You won't see that. You will see joint practices. So, you know, it is what it is. But at the end of the day, Sean Desai's defense got to get better. His defense was fine. His defensive scheme was horrible. The defense is not the one that has to adjust. You do. The defense is one that's helping you out. And I'm wondering, is it another defensive coordinator that needs everything around him to be successful? Can he adjust? And we're going to find out because you're playing some good quarterbacks coming up. If he struggles with, we're going to find out. Because this is a good quarterback we're playing against. Matthew Stafford. He's a veteran. He won a Super Bowl. We're going to see what Sean Desai's made of. Okay, you scaring me with the rookie and the fact you give up 35 points? You better not do it again against Matthew Stafford. We will be 4-1 if this happens. Matthew Stafford, you do not want to play conservative defense against. That's a man you don't want to play against. They got some good receivers like Puga. What's his name? Puga. Whatever that dude's name is. The Rams have some receivers, dude. They have some receivers. They're not elite receivers, but they can fly. You know, I don't know how good their defense is. You got Puka Nukuka, whatever his name is, and Tutu Atwell, who's very good. Van Jefferson's over there. You got Cooper Kupp, Demarcus Robinson. I think this is for 2023, right? Yeah, so you got a lot of receivers over there. Yeah, Van Jefferson is a guy we got to watch out for. Puka Nukuka, Nukawa, whatever his name is. I'm bad with names. This guy we gotta keep our eye on. Tutu Atwell is a very good receiver over there too. And you get Cooper Kupp, hopefully this week for the Rams. Not like I want that to happen because I don't want Cooper Kupp to be playing against us. But he's going to be playing. Mac Jones is trash, and he was playing like a top 10 on us. Yeah, he was. He was, and he got benched by the Cowboys defense. And that's concerning, man, because that's what I don't understand, man. When people tell me that it's okay, you're just a negative Eagle fan. No, I'm not. I'm glad we're 4-0. But the things that I've seen, when you let Mac Jones, now I get it, it's the first game. I'm not really mad at the fact that Mac Jones had that. It was the first game. We really didn't play that much, and we were rusty. Both teams played rusty. Let's be real. Okay? But here's the thing. It's week 3. Sorry, it's week 4. Well, now it's going to be week 5 this Sunday. And you had 4 weeks to look like trash. The 5th week, this one coming up, I need a better game from both teams. I need to see a full display. Both offense, defense got to click. Should be no hiccups. You need to put it together. Because you know what? You got the Jets. You got the Dolphins. I'm sorry, you got the Commanders, and then you got the I think you got the Jets and the Dolphins. Let me check. I got my schedule on my phone. I got wallpaper in this. Yeah. So you got the Washington Commanders, who you beat 34-31, which is too close. You got the LA Rams. You got the Jets. You got the Dolphins. You got 3 teams. The Jets have a good defense. Okay. Don't mistake it the fact that they lost to the Chiefs. They lost it because they got cheated. Let's be real. But Zach Wilson was playing some good football. He was throwing some dots, but still, you should be able to win that game. All right. The Dolphins, that's a team you can't play concerted defense with. They are too much speed on that. You got the Commanders then afterwards. That's another team that we struggled with the first time we played them. And they're going to they want their lick back, I'm sure, after the way they played against us, the fact that they should have won the game. So they're going to be looking like they want to compete again. They might be a different team. You never know. Then you got the Cowboys, a division game. You play that conservative BS against them, they will destroy you. Dak Prescott thrives on conservative defense. You saw what he did to John DeGannon, Mr. 3rd and 30. Okay? You saw that. You saw how he was able to dink and donk their way to an end zone. You can't do that against the Cowboys, man. You got the Seahawks. They just absolutely liberated the Giants. And Geno Smith is not a good quarterback, but they got Metcalf over there. They got JSN. They got Fante, Noah Fant, whatever his name is. And they got a good defense. Witherspoon is looking good. He had a pick 6. He's starting to come along. They got Kobe Bryant, the cornerback that I won in the draft. They got who else? They got the other guy. They got another corner. I forget the guy that everybody's about to shut down. It starts with a W. I forget his name, but he's a good corner over there. So they got some good defense over there. But we should be better, man. We should be better. We should look like an elite football team already. By the Dolphins game, you should be elite on both sides of the ball. If we're still talking about this defense is giving up points and this offense corner is still struggling, oh, no, I'm not going to be Mr. Positive. By then, we're going to have some issues. If you look like this against the Rams and you're still struggling against a Rams team and your offense corner is still struggling, and you look like that against the Jets afterwards, after you had 5 weeks of struggling football, nah, man. At this point, bro, there's something wrong with this football team. You should not be struggling by then. That team should be prepared. That team should be full rested. That team should be ready to go. That team should be looking like they are ready to gel. They should be jugged by the Rams game. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I thought this was the game where we're supposed to really gel. You saw a little bit of improvement because you got the receivers going. So maybe the passing game. You saw Brian Johnson call a little bit better game plan. I'm not worried about too much of him. I'm worried too much of the defense coordinator. He gave up 35 points to Sam Howell, who's a rookie. I don't give a damn what rookie quarterback is. You don't allow 35 points, especially from a rookie quarterback, to drop on you. Excuse me, sorry about my language. I don't care if it's any other quarter. You don't allow that to happen. And the fact that you allowed Sam Howell to do that to you, it's disgraceful. I'll give the Commanders credit. They played hard. But they shouldn't have never looked like this. You made them look like they were a top football team, like they just went to a Super Bowl. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? You made them look like they had a elite quarterback for years. Now, watch another team go out there and they destroy the Commanders and treat them like what they were. But yet, we some ways, Jonathan Gannon did not have a good game plan. When he did, you saw the results. The pressure was there. But you should not allow no rookie quarterback to drop 35 points on you. It shouldn't have never went to overtime. My guy Philly Atom, shout out to him. He's watching. Told me, if you don't like Jonathan Gannon's defense, you're not going to like Sean Desai. I hope that's not true. Because if you are Jonathan Gannon, you could get the hell out of here now. I'm not putting up with that shit. Sorry, you can go now. I will pack your bags for you. You can get the hell out of here. I will start Tracy Rocker as my new defensive coordinator. I really will. You can go now. Where do you want to go, Sean Desai? You want to go to Arizona with Jonathan Gannon so you can play conservative defense? I need a defense coordinator that's going to put guys in the right position. I need aggressive. You say your Philly fans are going to be watching us, and when they watch us, they're going to feel us, and they're going to feel this defense. Well, show me that. Show me that. Show me that. Show me that defense that you described, that you were talking about. You said this is the Philly way. This Philadelphia defense, we're going to look like the defense that Philadelphia loves. Well, that's not the defense I love. And no Eagle fan who knows football, who's been watching Eagles for a long time, loves this defense. We love aggressive defense. So my advice to Sean Desai, if you're watching, go watch Jim Johnson and take some notes from him, because that's the defense we love. And you don't need to be Jim Johnson, but you need to make some adjustments. You should not allow no receiver to rip you apart. You should not allow no quarterback to think they don't their way down the field. And no running back should be running your defense over like a paper bag. Again, where was Jordan Davis? And we were leaving guys wide open. Where was the coverage? When what was that one receiver for the Commanders that had a cross post or something like that? And he was able to get to the other side in the end zone. There was nobody covering him. He was wide open. That's the second time I saw a guy wide open. Matter of fact, that's the third time. He was wide open. A receiver that was not touched. I don't know if it's the cornerbacks or it's the scheme. If it's the scheme, you need to change it, man. Who's the receiver for the Commanders, man? But he had a play where he was wide open, and it just bugged me. You know what I'm saying? It just bugged me because I didn't understand it. Was it Curtis Samuel? It was Curtis Samuel who had that one play where he had a wide open play where no one was near him in the end zone. That's a no-no. That's how you lost to Kansas City, because you allow guys like that to get wide open, like Kadarius Toney. Yeah, Curtis Samuel had a wide open touchdown. Yeah, that was terrible. It was a terrible coverage by this defense. It was a terrible call by this defense coordinator. You press on these receivers when you're near the goal line. That's when you make it tight, man. And you're playing. God, man, that defense. I don't like that defense, man. I don't, and I hope Philly had time ain't right, bro. I really don't. I'm giving Sean Desai to week 5 to figure this shit out. Week 5. Along with Brian Johnson. I'm giving this whole team to figure it out by week 5. Matter of fact, I'll even give it better. By the Dolphins game, we better be figuring that defense out. We better look like a elite defense. No struggles. No cornerbacks 50 yards off the ball. Elite defense. Elite offense. No struggles. By the Dolphins game. If we still struggling, I'm going to call for jobs because that's ridiculous. There's a difference between week 1, week 2, week 3. When do we play the Dolphins? Hold on. We play the Dolphins week 7. Oh no, you better get your shit straight by then, man. That's way too much time, bro. I don't give a damn if you're new off coordinator. What's up, NFL Reality Check? If you want to come on, you can talk about it because I want to hear your thoughts. I really do. I'm gonna let you talk. I'm gonna let anybody talk who come on here. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think I'm overreacting? You know what I'm saying? I want to know because a lot of people think I'm overreacting. Oh, you're overreacting, Easy One. We're 4-0. Be thankful. Yeah, but we were talking about, oh, be thankful. Don't worry about anything, right? Until we went to the Super Bowl, right? Now I'm really going to sit there and talk about the things that we need to work on. Because if it's a pattern and we're still seeing the exact same pattern with a new defense coordinator and he's calling the exact same game plan, I have an issue with that. Because I watched the results. You played Patrick Mahomes and you got carved the fuck up because you didn't play a strong defense. You played this soft zone defense that doesn't work in the NFL at all. But, you know, people are going to sit there and say, yo, be thankful for now. Yeah, I'm thankful we're 4-0. But I also want improvement. I want improvement. And yes, the Washington does play us hard, but no rookie quarterback should be doing what he did. A rookie quarterback. We're not talking about a veteran. We're not talking about the elite quarterbacks in the league. We made him look elite, but the Bills were able to stop him from being elite. They said that one thing that the Bills did was they went after the weak link of the offense. Why didn't we do that? Why did they stop that running game? Why wouldn't they running game? They couldn't run the football on the Bills. Why did they run the ball on us the way they did? I that's a no-no, man. We got to do better with that, man. You know what I'm saying? Now, I like the fact that we're 4-0, and it's great to be 4-0. Yeah, we're 4-0. But there's things that we got to work on. And people don't want to hear it, but they need to hear about it. Because things you don't want to hear, sometimes you got to hear. I don't want to hear it either. That the fact that his defense is struggling. I don't want to hear it. I want to hear good things. I want to say this defense is so elite that I love it. Not even so elite, but I love the fact their defense is making adjustments. But that's not the truth, though. I want to say my offense coordinator is not struggling anymore. My offense is looking legit. Can't even say that. My offense is struggling still. Especially not even my offense. My offense. No, in fact, my offense was struggling. The penalties. How many false starts did we get? False start. False start. False start. You can't do that. Holding. Defense. Come on. This shit is still happening. You know, I think it will get better. Hopefully. Like I said, I'm giving into Miami Dolphins game. Because that's when you have to play your best football. You cannot have a shootout against those teams. You got to dominate them. You got to blow them out. Because their Dolphins are able to score points. They can match up with you in the offense. They can go toe-to-toe with you. Okay? If you cannot stop the Miami Dolphins offense, the way you couldn't stop the Commanders offense, you're not winning that football game. You're going to lose that football game. And if your offense is and our offense is scoring back to back, well, I need my defense to stop at least one drive so we can win the game. It shouldn't take you to overtime. You're not going to go overtime with the Dolphins or the Bills. You're not going to do that. You will lose the games like that because the Bills' defense is a lot better in doing that. And you know what? They look a lot better against the Commanders than we look better against the Commanders. They look a lot better against the Commanders than we look like against the Commanders. They were able to stop the run. They didn't leave Sam Howell to drop 35 points, and they blew them out. And we had a close game against. Now, again, it's a rival. I get it. That's why I'm not really worried about it. But that defense scares me, man. They give me Jonathan Gannon vibes. Just saying. Just saying. No rookie quarterback should be doing that. But again, I get it's division game. People gonna say it's division game. I hope so. I hope we look. Listen, if we go out there and we against the Rams and we look like the bleed defense, I'm going to say, hey, look, maybe it was a division game. And I get some division games are not going to be blowouts. I don't expect them to be blowout, but my God, you don't allow no 35 points dropped on you. 31, excuse me. An overtime win to beat a Commanders team and they're a good football team. They're not that great. They're not that great. They're not that great. They're not. They're still learning how to be a good football team. Sam Howell is not that elite. Sorry. To drop 31 points on you. You've got to be a sorry defense to allow that to happen. I'm sorry. That bend and break defense got to go, dude. It does not work in Philadelphia. It does not work in the NFL. And if they keep doing that, man, then we have issues, bro. I'm going to say this. Actually, I said to Jonathan again. I don't think he's a good defense coordinator. I hope I'm wrong, man. But like I said, my guy through that time scaring me, and he's starting to scare me a lot more because he looked like he's going to be right again. I didn't want Sean Asai. I wanted my boy Lovie Smith. They didn't want to hire Lovie Smith. Unfortunately, they hired Sean Asai. I wanted that Georgia defense coordinator or that college defense coordinator. Unfortunately, they didn't want that. People want Sean Asai. Or they wanted Van Joseph. I didn't want Sean Asai. I wanted my guy, Lovie Smith. But, I'm stuck with him, unfortunately. Yeah, imagine we had Van Joseph. God, we got rid of. At least we don't have him. Shit. He was so close coming in Philadelphia, too. That guy stinks. If we continue to look like this at week 7, Miami go on to light us up. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Miami's going to light us up, man. And people can talk about, well, we're 4-0. Why are you angry all the time? I'm not angry. I'm happy with 4-0. But there's things that we got to discuss. And you cannot always be Mr. Positive. Just because I'm criticizing these guys don't mean I'm not happy. No, I think that we need some things to work on. You think Miami's going to give a damn that our offensive coordinator is a rookie? No. You think they're going to give a damn, especially the Bills? You think the Bills are going to give a damn if our offensive coordinator is a rookie? They don't care about that. You think the opposing defense is going to care if Brian Johnson's a rookie? No, they don't. So why should I care? Because in the NFL, it's not for long. And you wanted to be an offensive coordinator. You got the job. You got a little bit better. But by week 7, you better have it figured out. That's why I'm giving them to week 7. So that's 3 games. The Rams game, the Jets game. That'll be 2 games. That's enough. After that, man, at that point, man, something wrong with you. If you're still struggling to win games and you're winning by miracles, then we have a problem. We have a problem, man. Seriously. Yeah, you have the so you have the LA Rams, the Jets, and the Dolphins. So yeah, you have 2 games to prepare for. That's enough time. I ain't trying to hear it. Oh, well, they're still adjusting. Man, by week 7, you better be adjusted. Because I don't want to lose to the Miami Dolphins. I don't. Shit, man. Sorry about that. Get my shirt out once again. This is so hot in the fucking room. All right, I'm back. Shit started pissing me off. They won't. Lovie Smith. I want a Lovie Smith too. I do too. But unfortunately, we got stuck with Jonathan Gannon. Sean Asai. And I hope Sean Asai. Listen, I like what he says. But God show me. But let's react to this press conference that I didn't get to see. Just to let you know, YouTube. I know y'all bitch asses trying to strike me. I'm already can't. You ever notice the new rule now? If you ever say anything bad to in the comments, they have this little rule where you can't say anything that they will ban you for commenting now. That's the dumbest rule ever. And I want to tell YouTube straight to the face, fuck you, seriously. You're running YouTube like that. You know what I'm saying? Now they're banning me from commenting certain things. So I can't comment on stupidity. Oh, well. That's crazy, man. I don't know if anybody else has an issue with that, but I had an issue with that because they keep on, like they'll say you have to wait 60 minutes for you to comment or 24 hours because it goes against our guidelines. I guess you can't say hateful words to idiots. Sorry. You know what I'm saying? So technically, instead of flagging you or getting rid of your account, they'll just ban you from talking. So you have no rights of freedom of speech. Because unless you're not being nice to stupid people, you got to be banned. I'm talking about trolls too, by the way. A lot of stupid trolls. Not my fault they don't. Hey, listen. It ain't be nice to stupid people. That shit passed. You know what I'm saying? By kindergarten, man, you come on, bro. You know, like I don't know what they told you, but in the real world, there's no such thing as sit there and say, "Oh, it's okay, Jimmy. It's okay. You can say whatever you want." No, it's not. In school, you act like a clown, you get picked on. It's just the way it is. People just soft, so they take away your freedom of speech, and it is what it is. A lot of times I don't want to answer to stupid people, but or comment to stupid people. But there's a lot of stupid people on Twitter. I'm sorry, on YouTube. I just want to clown. And you know, YouTube is smart for getting rid of me, honestly. That's why I'm not even mad. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't want me to comment. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like it's unfair because I feel like they're only doing it to me. I don't want to lose to the Dolphins or the 49ers. I don't want to lose to the Bills either. I want to prove that Jalen Hurts is better than Josh Allen. Shout out to my guy, Equals Press Conference. He does a lot of good ones. Definitely go subscribe to him. Let's see. YouTube, don't strike me. Shut up with ads, man. Enough of these ads, man. There we go. So we're gonna watch Sean Assad's press conference, and I want him to talk about this struggle with this defense. I hope that he can fix it, man. First of all, I don't like him smiling right now. That's a red flag right there. There's no way you can be happy. There's no way you can be happy, man. You should not be happy, Sean Assad. You were terrible. You were lucky your defense held you, really, to be honest. Your defense bailed you out. But anyway. Come on. Fucking irritating, dude. Let's continue.
Guys, what's up?
So how impressed have you been with Nicholas Morrow, his ability to step in and pull at the level he has?
Yeah, he's done a really good job. You know, Coach Elliott's done a good job coaching him up and getting him ready, and Nick's done a good job taking that coaching and really taking ownership of this role that we've asked him to step into.
What do you think he's done best?
You know, I think he's communicated really well on the field, and that's a big job for the Green Dot guy to make sure the calls get out. He's doing a good job of that. He's taking ownership of it. He's being loud, and then he's reacting well. You know, he's trusting his instincts and trusting the game plan and trusting the coaching that Coach Elliott and Coach Carter have given him to go ahead and make plays and take his shots when he can.
How has the injuries and the personnel changes affected the communication in the secondary?
You know, I think anytime you get injuries at any spot, and obviously the secondary is one of the ones that we're banged up a little bit at, is you're always trying to work on that. And that's kind of, you know, I remember if you guys remember all through training why we keep rotating safeties and rotating combinations of people. And this is the reason why, because you got to get comfortable with everybody communicating. And that's just the way this league is. And so, you know, I don't think it's an impact to us too much, but there's always always a layer that, it's a new voice.
Hold up, man. Shit, Walter, hold up a second. Let me fix this real quick. A second. Yeah, I have to always. Come on, let's go back. 2. Let's go back to Shona side. Actually, hold on, let's do this one. Yeah, there we go. Do this one. Sure. You two don't copy. Come on, man.
Coaching them up and getting them ready. And
Oh,
Nick's
you
done a
see
good
that?
job taking that coaching
No,
and really
it's a little
taking
wild.
ownership of this role that we've asked him to step into.
I don't know.
What do you think he's done best?
I think he's communicated really well on the field, and that's a big job for the green dot guy to make sure the calls get out. He's doing a good job of that. He's taking ownership of it. He's being loud, and then he's reacting well. He's trusting his instincts and trusting the game plan and trusting the coaching that Coach Elliott and Coach Scudder have given him to go ahead and make plays and take his shots when he can.
How has the injuries and the personnel changes affected the communication in the secondary?
I think anytime you get injuries at any spot, and obviously the secondary is one of the ones that we're banged up a little bit at, is you're always trying to work on that. And that's kind of, I remember, if you guys remember all through training camp, you guys kept asking about, why we keep rotating safeties and rotating combinations of people. And this is the reason why, because you got to get comfortable with everybody communicating. And that's just the way this league is. And so,
But again, man, when you playing concerted defense against a Commanders team, man, why are you rotating guys in? I get the rotating, but again, you're playing concerted defense against a Commanders rookie quarterback. I hope they're asking him why he's playing concerted defense. Cornerbacks 15 yards off the ball. Easy first downs. You're playing guys off the coverage, man. I'm hoping they ask him this, man. I want to hear that. I want to hear about the other shit, man.
I don't think it's impacted us too much, but there's always a layer that, it's a new voice that you got to hear a new voice in a loud stadium, and that person's got to be commanding and loud. So there's always a little bit of a transition, but we've done a good job, I think, preparing for that. We got to keep going that way.
Are you getting enough into the slot? Finlay, how do you see him performing in that new spot?
I thought James did a good job. I thought he did in the slot, and a different game in there. And I've told you guys that before, like things happen on both sides here. You got all the motion adjustments, you got all your tools, and you're the primary communicator at the point of attack. And you're working with corners, safeties, linebackers. You're kind of in the middle of everything. And he did a really good job, and it really shows kind of his veteran prowess and his veteran ability.
Hold on, let me see.
And you're the primary communicator at the point of attack. I thought James did a good job. I really did. I thought he did a good job in the slot, and it's a different game in there. And I've told you guys that before. Like things happen on both sides here. You got all the motion adjustments, you got all your tools, and you're the primary communicator at the point of attack. And you're working with corners, safeties, linebackers. You're kind of in the middle of everything. And he did a really good job, and it really shows kind of his veteran prowess and his veteran ability to be able to go into that role after such a long career at corner and do that. And we're going to continue to have plans for him to get in multiple spots for us, and he's just been such a tremendous asset for us as a veteran and a leader in that room.
Are you getting enough value out of him in the slot, given his history at outside corner?
Yeah, that's a great question. And, this was really the first game he kind of had a chunk amount of reps at the slot. So I think it's a little bit early to decide that. He did what we asked him to do as a defense, what we needed kind of him as a defense. And I think every week we kind of look at our matchups and try to put our guys in the best position. If that means in the coming weeks he becomes more of a corner, then that's what we'll do. But, as we're getting into this process, trying to go against the Rams, we'll try to figure out what is best for him and really us.
When you look at Puka Nacua, what stood out to you when you were doing your film study about how he's played so far early on?
Yeah, really good. Yeah, he's played really good so far. Obviously you see, I think Coach McVay and obviously Matt Stafford and all those guys do a great job on offense, and they've really found ways to get him open and get him the ball. And he's done a good job separating at the top routes. Obviously got good hands, and then he can make some plays after the catch too. And they're creating some matchups with motions, obviously for him and Tutu, that can create some binds for defenses. And so you see why the production's been there.
few scoring drives extended by penalties on third down. What was the message in the room about that?
Yeah, the message is, we got to continue to trust our training. We got to continue to trust our training and be disciplined and play clean football. I think the unique thing that we saw, and it's kind of happened a couple of weeks in a row for us, and it's happened in different spots, that you look at our drive charts and our drive summaries and things like that, and you mentioned those three. We had 3 drives that got extended, and all those drives would have been winners on third down. And so all of a sudden, your third down percentage goes to 30%. Your scores go down. That was a total of 17 points that we ended up giving up on those drives. So we got to be able to endure that first off, and I got to get guys back into position and get their minds right to overcome that adversity and play the next play. But then you look at the other drives in that game, the ones that really all the scoring drives had penalties on them. And then when we didn't, we were off the field. There's 3 and out, 1 first down and punt. So I think our guys are feeling that we just got to keep it on and keep staying with the plan.
But again, man, the fact that you allow guys to get off the ball, see, he's not answering the question, because you supposedly said the same thing about Sam Howell and his receivers, right? If we go back and watch your old press conference before the Commanders game, the fact that you said they're good and you don't adjust to them or you don't play to your strengths to stop them, like when you say he's a good receiver, when you say whatever that dude's name for the Rams is a good receiver, he can catch the ball, then there should be no problem pressing up on him, right? You don't want to allow him to get yards, right? Am I missing something? Or when I see a deep score and say he's really good, they're scared of him. I'm hoping that he's saying he's good and then goes out there and press up on him. Because I saw this with Jonathan Gann last year. Oh, he's a really good receiver. And we allowed this guy to get open every single time. I'm hoping that's not the case, man. And again, man, we got to play clean football. What does that mean? What does clean football mean? Because clean football to me is attacking that quarterback and making him uncomfortable. I don't want to play clean football. I want to play clean physical football. Clean football that is physical, that's going to make the quarterback uncomfortable. I want to be physical all times. He said clean physical. Clean football. Well, I want to be clean. I want to be dirty. Give me dirty football. Give me a dirty football because I want them to feel me. I don't like clean football. Clean football means I'm playing conservative defense. I don't like that. Maybe, I don't know. But I'm trying to catch on to this side guy, man. Hopefully he tells the clean football like taking over the ball. Like when we saw with the Buccaneers, we were stripping the ball out. That's the defense I want to see. Not that Commanders team that I saw. Now, again, could it be the Commanders were playing hard? Could be. But again, we got to talk about these things, man. But let's continue, man. I'm hoping they ask him about the 35 points that was dropped.
And really playing clean, disciplined football, being great in situational football, and then we see the results. And we've seen it in all the games that way. When we don't kind of step on our toes a little bit, whether it's a bad play call or an execution thing,
they took a big chair.
we're pretty tough to go against.
Chair and just
Very
stepped on our toe.
the
That's what they
highest
did.
it's been this season. How much
They
of
stepped
that
on it a
is
little bit, bro. They
game
kept on
plan
stopping.
during the week versus
Continuously.
field during-
Stepping on it.
I'm sorry, I missed the first
Stopping
part.
on it.
Your blitz rate
blitz
was
rate.
the highest it's been.
There
How
you
much
go.
is that game planning coming in versus field in the game?
I think it's a combination. We obviously have a plan that we want to stick to, and we do our best to stick to that plan as long as the game flow is going the way we want it to go. And then you always got to adjust. We came out in the second half and had a few good series that we put together in the third quarter and got off the field and had some critical stops and, start to settle in there a little bit. So I think we always adjust and we always have a plan of how we want to attack the opponent. And so the game required us, and we wanted to kind of
No, I couldn't hear that right. Hold on. Let me play one more time. Did he say he adjusted? Because if he did,
In the game.
I think it's a combination. We obviously have a plan that we want to stick to, and we do our best to stick to that plan as long as the game flow is going the way we want it to go. And then you always got to adjust. We came out in the second half and had a few good series that we put together in the third quarter and got off the field and had some critical stops and, start to settle in there a little bit. So I think we always adjust and we always have a plan of how we want to attack the opponent. And so the game required us, and we wanted to kind of throw a little bit more at the quarterback in that offense.
You didn't adjust though. Okay, you didn't. Your adjustments was you played one time where you line these corners up and press, and then after that you didn't do that again. You didn't adjust. When did he adjust? When did we adjust? We adjusted when? We made one couple stops, but we didn't adjust. We still played the exact same scheme. That's not adjusting. Adjusting is when you do something different. Doing the same things over and over again is not adjusting. So when did he adjust? When the defense, once again, when you blitz and you got the same how? But where was the adjustments for the secondary? Because it was still getting destroyed. Come on, man. Guys like that, man, I don't stand that. You didn't adjust, though. You said we need to adjust. You definitely do. But you didn't adjust. Don't say you adjusted. You didn't. It was the same scheme. You did a little bit different things, but you didn't keep doing it. You went right back to what you were known for. And that was, don't give up the big play. Be conservative. Give guys a quarterback all day to throw the ball and kill us by giving up the short completions. Think they were, like I said, a fork stabbing you multiple times. Come on, man. Who's he trying to fool? Come on, Sean.
How do you think you did in terms of like when to disguise and when not to disguise?
Am I tripping or am I right?
Yeah, I think they did a good job with the motion. And I think, we did a good job overall, I thought, of holding our shells. And, the part of it is not always holding your shell. You don't always have to show split safety. And that's one thing that we talk about is you can show post high and then play split. You can show post and play post, show split and play post. So there's a lot of different ways that we talk about disguising. I thought the guys are mixing up pretty good out there. And are there things that we always got to improve? For sure. There's instances of that without a doubt. But I thought we were able to get the quarterback off a read or two in different situations. And then, sometimes we gave him the disguise a little bit early.
Dude, Sam Howell was able to convert so many third downs. And every time he had the ball, how are you scheming up anything? Okay, you schemed up a blitz. You got to him. But again, your corners were getting ripped apart. You were playing conservative defense. Where was the adjustments in the second half? We went to overtime with the exact same scheme. We gave up touchdowns. Guys were wide open. Terry McLaurin, what did he have? What did Terry McLaurin have? Let me look it up. Talk about you just. My ass you did. And you're starting to sound like Jonathan Gannon. I don't like that. You're starting to sound like him. Give me that bullshit answer, man. Don't do this to me, Desai. I come on, man. All right, let's see Terry McLaurin's stats. What was Terry McLaurin against the Eagles? He had a big day, I know he did. The stats versus the Eagles. So against the Philadelphia Eagles, he was 8 for reception, 86 yards, 10.8, 24, and LNG. I don't even know what that means. I guess length and yardage and catches, whatever it is. 0 TDs. Let's look up Sam Howell's. This is why I have an issue with this Ben Break defense. Sam Howell's stats. He was 290 yards, 1 TD, 0 interception, and a 98.6. Against the Buffalo Bills, he had 170. He had a 41.5. So you telling me that number one defense that he was playing against, he had a better game than the Bills who had the 24th ranked defense, or I don't know what the Bills' defense is ranked, but they had a way worse than ours in stopping the run. We were ranked the number one defense, and we allowed 98.6 in rating, quarterback rating. Where was the adjustments at? Where was the adjustments at? I'm tired of the lies. You know, we bring these guys, these defense coordinators, and they think that we're fools. They don't think that we're smart. Dude, we can watch the team. We know what the weakness is. It's you. You're the weakness. This team is going to hold back because guys like you. And I told people I didn't want these type of defense coordinators. They want Vance Joseph. Imagine we had Vance Joseph. That would have been way, way longer. We probably did lose the Commanders game. We had Vance Joseph. But it's not much better. 2023, we allowed 961 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, and we're right now at 81.3. Jonathan Gannon only allowed 83.0. So this defense has given up more yards than last year's. And the rating right now is higher. Yeah, you're definitely adjusting. You're definitely adjusting to the wrong thing. 81.3 in 2023. That's our defense. Oh, no, that's Sam Howell's defense. I'm sorry. I'm reading Sam Howell's stats. Excuse me. Sorry, that's not the Eagles' defense. My fault. So Sam Howell had 81.3. And last year he had 83.0. But the 81.3 was for these games. But, okay, so 290 yards, 98.6. So he had a better rating against us than the Bills. Where was the adjustments at? Take that back. Jonathan Gannon wasn't worse than Sean Asai. My fault. I was reading Sam Howell's stats from the 2021. But he still had a better game this week against us than the Bills. The Bills were 41.5. He had a 96.6. Yeah, you adjusted. Continue to adjust, huh?
They ran to offense. What's the point of emphasis for the league?
You know, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but it really is
Oh, he
about
did.
us. You know, it's really about what we do and what we see. You know, they do a great job. They have a high motion rate, and they've got some good skill players that they try to get out in space. They do a good job in the run game, and they try to get guys out of their fits with all their motions and everything like that. So it's really about us and slowing the game down and what we're seeing, and then being able to play physical and downhill the way we want to play our brand of football. Don't make it a sideways game for us.
Hassan Reddick played his first game out of his cast on Sunday. How much more effective do you think he was in that game compared to the last 3?
Yeah, you know, I think like I said, I think he's continually getting better, you know, and I'm not sure if it's a function of the cast or not. You know, that's probably a better question for him than me, but he's continued to get better. I mean, he's always been physical at the point. You saw it there. He's winning at a high rate and in his one-on-ones. And, you know, he had the opportunity to get a sack there, which is great. He was close on another one that, you know, could have gone either way with him and Nick, you know, in terms of like split or.
But are you getting better? That's the question. We know Jalen Carter getting better. Jalen Carter don't need a defense coordinator, really. He was already ready for the NFL. Any defense he went to, he was already going to be a problem, right? But the question is, are you going to get better? And you just point out that he could have another sack. Why didn't he get another sack? Because you wanted to play conservative defense. And see, the problem is, what I have a problem with Jonathan Gannon. Now, I'm hoping that this guy's, but he sounds like one, okay? Because when you listen to this guy, he's not admitting he's wrong. So what I'm looking at this game, and I'm watching Sean Asai say he adjusted. Sam Howell, again, for all the idiots who think that Jonathan Gannon's defense and the scheme that we're running works, a 98.6 he had against our defense. Coming to this game, we had the number one defense. We weren't giving up that many yards. He was able to had a 98.6 rating, 1 touchdown for 290 yards. against the Buffalo Bills, 170, 41.5. Which one is better? I would say our defense, right? But which one did he carve the most? Would be ours. That's embarrassing. If the Bills are able to stop Sam Howell from having those many yards, and their defense not even number one, and we were ranked number one in stopping the run and our defense, why are we giving up 290 yards and 98.6 quarterback rating for a rookie quarterback when the Bills gave up only, who had 40, so we didn't even get one pick against them. We didn't even get Sam Howell to intercept the ball. He had 4 picks against the Bills because they blitzed him and they pressured him and they played tight coverage. Against conservative defense, he had a 98.6. When he played tight coverage, he had a 41.5. 4 interceptions, only 170 yards. We gave the Commanders more opportunities to take shots down the field when their offense from the beginning, before the game against the Eagles, weren't that great. We made them 10 times great because of that conservative defense that you called, Sean Desai. And I don't understand how you can sit there and say we adjusted. Not what the stat says. And yeah, stop sometimes say it's overrated, but these stats are not. When the quarterback for the opposition is scoring, who has 1 touchdown and has a 98.6 rating, and the Bills had a 41.5, who do you think had a better defense? I would think the Bills, right? But who was ranked the number 1? Not the Bills. You were. So you're telling me, now again, we get 2 safeties out. That could be why. But again, the Bills had some players out. And they're going to have players out. They just lost Tre'Davious White for the season. But they're not going to give up those yards to a rookie. And they showed you they weren't going to do that. Why didn't we do that? Where was the adjustment? Did we go back and watch the games and figure out what the weaknesses? I mean, you have all 22 everywhere. Did this defense corner look back at what the weakness was and attack them? It makes no sense, man. It doesn't. It doesn't. And I don't understand how you let a quarterback to have a 98.6 rating, a rookie quarterback who last week had against the Bills in their home, 41.5. Whether they were hungry to win or not, you should not be allowing that rating. That's ridiculous. That is Jonathan Gannon type defense, man. That is what I expect from Jonathan Gannon. But Sean Desai, man, come on, bro. Am I surprised? Really? Not really. Because this is what I've been saying, man. This is why I don't like the Vic Fangio defense. But people wanted it. And they wanted Vance Joseph. Well, we need this Jonathan Gannon defense. No, we don't. And I'm hoping he's not Jonathan Gannon, but this is sad. 98.6. Come on, man. That's ridiculous, bro. That is ridiculous, man. That is just sad, dude. I don't give a damn if he's a rookie. You don't allow a rookie quarterback to do you like that. That is sad, bro. That is not adjustment. That is just allowing the quarterback to dictate your defense. 98.6, man. And they wonder why I have an issue. That's not something to be alarmed about. I wonder what Matthew Stafford going to have. That worries me. I'm hoping that we adjust, man, because we better adjust quickly. That is embarrassing, man. 98.6 for a rookie quarterback who's the first year as a quarterback on a new offense coordinator. We're the brand new offense coordinator. 98.6 rating. Get the fuck out of here, man. It's ridiculous, man. What's else we else have to see here?
Or however they do that stuff in the league office. But he's continually get better, and he's going to continue to have his shots.
We're seeing a bunch of snaps for Fletcher. throughout 4 games. Is this sustainable for him at this age?
Yeah, I mean, I think we do Coach Rocker does a great job in terms of communication. We have a good plan going into the game. And then, a lot of these games and these last 2 games are really unique, that we played in terms of the week before, the offense had the ball for 9 or 10 minutes in that fourth quarter. And so you kind of have to adjust your rep count and the percentages because you didn't get the anticipated plays that you were going to get. And this week it was a little bit different. We were on the field for a little bit because we had some long drives and gave up some scores there. And so, I think the most important thing is, like you said, trying to get him healthy to the game one, right, as we manage him through the week. And that's really with all the guys, not just Fletch. And then as you play your first half and first 3 quarters, trying to get our guys in the best position, in the healthiest position to be there in the fourth when we need them, and then put that on a bigger scale in the fourth quarter of the season when we need them too, So we got to continually monitor that, and we do a great job. We got a great staff to continually monitor that, and Fletch is obviously part of that communication.
When it comes to coaches like Sean, who use a lot of emotion, do you stress more discipline during the week, or do you is that built into the whole process?
I hope it's built in. I mean, we've been talking about it a lot. We want to play disciplined football. That's what we want to do. We want to play physical, disciplined football, and that message won't change. That's how you build good defenses and sustain good defenses, and that's what we want to become. And we're still growing there, and we got a lot of instances of becoming a really good defense, and we just got to put together a full 16-plus minutes of that and consistently do it.
You spoke about Nolan Smith last week. In the snaps he had, what did you see in this past game?
I thought he was good again. There's some things that we still want to work on with his get off and his strike and where he's putting his hands, but it's a process, and it's harder for him as he's in the rotation. So we got to keep selling him in.
Why are these reporters not asking him the point question? Like, again, why are these reporters asking him about you? We don't care about the defense. What I care about is the secondary. This secondary got destroyed. Why are we not asking Sean to decide? Why are you giving up what again? Hold on. Let me say one more time. And I'll keep on stressing this out because this is what we're going to be seeing. And if I'm the Rams, I'm doing the exact same thing that Sam Howell did. You know what I'm saying? We gave up a 98.6 rating to a rookie quarterback. 290 yards. 1 touchdown. He was against the Bills. Ready? 170. For everybody who was blind and couldn't hear, at 41.5. So we gave up more yardage than the Bills. Okay. He had a better rating against us than the Buffalo Bills. Why are we not asking that? Can someone tell me? You're not winning games like that, man. That's disgraceful. That is not good defense right there. That's not disciplined defense. That is conservative, bend break, don't give up the big play type defense. You say you want to play physical. Well, playing physical is getting to the quarterback. Blitzing, making sure that quarterback is uncomfortable, showing what they haven't seen, showing schemes or coverages that they have not seen yet. That's playing physical football. That's playing dominant football. Not conservative defense. That's how you lose games. I'm hoping that he doesn't do that against the Rams. That's an alarm right there. Because if Sam Howell's stats are that, what do you think Matthew Stafford's stats are going to look like? You gave up a 98.6 against a rookie quarterback. That's unacceptable. I don't give a damn if he's a rookie. You don't do that to a rookie quarterback. You don't. And the fact that this guy had against the Bills 41.5, and people have an issue with that, people want to talk about, it's a 4-0 football team. Yeah. And the defense is clearly giving up more yardage than the Buffalo Bills. And the defense corner went to adjusting? What adjustments? What adjustments, dude? Listen, I have more confidence. Dude, like I'm more sympathy for the new offensive coordinator than you. You've been in the league for a long time. You should know what works and doesn't. You've been in the league, so how are you gonna game plan for a rookie quarterback that you just game planned for and came out with a conservative bend and break defense? I don't like the Vic Fangio defense, man, and I'm hoping that's not Jonathan Gannon defense, man. A 98.6 for Sam Howell against the Eagles. This is number one defense, by the way. We didn't give that many yardage until now. What happened? And I'm starting to think maybe it's because, well, what did Jonathan Gannon have? A elite defense? See, so you telling me you're not even a good defensive corner? So wait, if our players go down, can you adjust? Because I don't think you can. Does he need everything around him? That's the question. Because you're struggling with your two safeties being out. And if they're able to get to you with two safeties out, what do you think they're going to do when we have more injuries coming? Because let's be real, we're not going to be healthy for 17 games. Injuries do happen. Can this defense coordinator do his job, or does he need this defense to carry him? That worries me. It does. A 98.6 for Sam Howell. Again, 41.5 for the Buffalo Bills against Sam Howell. That's ridiculous, man. That makes me fucking sick, dude. That makes me throw up, man. It shouldn't have been like that.
And he's done a good job really commanding the roles that we've given him. You know, we had a nice drop with him there that actually they converted on third down. And, you know, that was just a timing play. You know, it's a tough drop for him. And, you know, it's really on me, you know, to put him in that situation. But he's doing a really good job of owning the roles that we're giving him.
Is he talking about Emmons? The guy that dropped the easy interception in the end zone? Bro, you got to catch that, man. It's not a tough drop, bro. Please tell me he's not talking about Emmons when he dropped the ball in the end zone. That's an easy catch, dude. It wasn't even that hard to catch. My grandma could catch and she's dead. It was like a little balloon that was falling down on the sky. How are you going to sit there and say hard catch, man? Then you said we didn't put him in the right positions. But he was in the right position. He just didn't make the play. And you're right. You don't put guys in right positions because you're another version of what I don't want. And hopefully you're not that. But the way you giving up quarterback ratings, what was Baker Mayfield's rating, man? What was his rating, man? Please don't tell me it was higher than the last opponent, man. I'm going to lose my shit, man. Because this is ridiculous. Now I'm really going to worry about this quarterback rating. Because this is not a good defense. I'm sorry. If this defense is giving up this rating, then we have a problem. We have a problem, Houston. Defense coordinator, you got to go, dude. What was Baker Mayfield's rating against the Eagles, man? Please tell me he didn't give up a more rating than him. So against Philadelphia, he was 146, 1 TD, 1 interception, a 73.1. Okay, so he's not worse than Chicago. And then against New Orleans, 246 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 11.6. Okay, so you did a better job with Baker Mayfield. So is Sam Howell better than Baker Mayfield? Like, I don't know why you can't continue that. You should have been more dominant against a rookie. Baker Mayfield's been in the league for how many years? Kirk Cousins, let's take a look at him. For Philadelphia, we gave up 364 yards, 0 interceptions, 4 TDs, and 125.6. So are we up and down? What's going on? It got to be the fact that he can't rely on himself if all the starters are not there. Because when we had the starters, man, we weren't giving up that many points. So you're telling me your defensive coordinator can't adjust when guys go down? So where you are is another Jonathan Gannon. Okay, I get it now. Okay. You're another Jonathan Gannon situation. I shouldn't expect you to actually adjust. I expect you to give up quarterback ratings. Okay. I'm hoping not. But if this guy is struggling with guys going down, what happens when guys do go down? Can you really make adjustments? And he showed we can't. The Vikings game, he gave up more ratings with Kirk Cousins. And you can't make adjustments? You're not a good defense coordinator, dude. I'm going to be real with you. You gave up a rookie quarterback rating that was high. This is sad, dude. His quarterback rating should have been no higher than 6. Exactly, man. Emmett's got to get that. It was a game changer. Exactly. Even the Brian Robinson fumble. You got to get that ball. This is sad, man. This is why I didn't want a conservative defense coordinator, and I don't know why we keep bringing these guys in. What's the point? You might as well just kept Jonathan Gannon, bro. Because this is another Jonathan Gannon situation, dude. If this is the quarterback rating we're giving up, what are we doing? I wonder what Matthew Stafford. Oh man, I'm hoping that's not true, man. But Matthew Stafford, dude, we cannot play like that against Matthew Stafford, man. I'm hoping we make some adjustments, serious adjustments, man. That means this defense coordinator needs everything around him. So again, you need to have the exact same thing like Jonathan Gannon. Because Jonathan Gannon needed everything around him. He had one problem out, he couldn't adjust. If he had one guy going out that was part of his defense, he couldn't make adjustments. He gave up a lot of yards. Please tell me we don't have that. Please tell me we did something different. I see why Eagle fans didn't want him. And this guy, man, I'm trying to give him a chance, dude. But dude, you cannot tell me this is not concerning. So when you don't have players in there are starters and you have backups, you can't make adjustments. How long have you been in defense coordinator? And you can't make adjustments? The same with Jonathan Gannon. When he had players going down, he struggled with quarterbacks going against quarterbacks like Taylor Heineke. So that tells me you need everything around you to be successful. Get off my fucking screen, dude. Fucking annoying ass bitch. Get the hell off my screen. It's fucking disgraceful, man. What's the point, dude? What's the point of getting Jalen Carter? What's the point of Jordan Davis if we're just going to waste him? I mean, dude, I'm hoping that's not the truth, bro. But if I'm an Eagle fan, I'm a little worried. But you know what? There are a lot of Eagle fans ain't going to say that. They're going to talk about their 4-0. And I'm going to be the one telling you, hey, you can be 4-0, but guess what? We're going to lose games like this. If you give up a what again? I'm going to read it one more time for y'all because I don't think you're hearing me. Because this is sad, man. This is not acceptable. Oh, let's just do this, man. Let's put this. Let's get the stats here, man. Look how many yards he gave to Sam Howell and Kirk Cousins when you had starters out. Hold on. Okay. This is disgraceful, man. You cannot win games like this, dude. And if you think that's worse, wait till Josh Allen plays you and Tua plays you. You play like that, oh, we're going to be talking about a lot of things, man. This is disgraceful. This is alarming right here, man. How is this adjusting? 70, like, dude, come on, man. A 70.7 completions, 290 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, a 98.6. And you want to tell me I shouldn't be worried? And these were starters who were out. Now, when his starter's in, he's good because his defense is bailing him out. But his game, the way he calls it, is similar to Jonathan Gannon. The Bills were 65.5, 170. So he had more completions against the Eagles with a 70.7 completions than the Bills game. He had a 290 yards. He had 170 against the Bills in yards. 1 touchdown. 0 touchdowns against the Bills. They're going to score 3 points. He had 4 interceptions. You couldn't even get 1. He had a 108.8 rating. Excuse me, 41.5 rating. You had a 98.6. You know who had the highest? The Broncos. At 108.8 because they advanced Joseph. So You gave up more yards. I mean, you didn't get more yards than Vance Joseph did. Congratulations. Who's literally the worst defense coordinator in football. Gotta be. Yeah, don't be worried, Eagle fans. No, 4-0 is great. Because we won because of his offense. Not because of the defense coordinator. And this guy want to tell me to my face, and all these Eagle fans are watching on press conferences, that he's making adjustments. Where's the adjustments at, dude? This is disgraceful. And if you don't believe me, look at this. When he has no starters, when he has one starter going down, look at this. This is Kirk Cousins stats. Kirk Cousins stats against the Philadelphia Eagles, man. What's up, Coach Dante? He had a 70.5 when we didn't have our all starters out, or starters in, because we were down some. That's how you know a defense coordinator if he's good or not. If he can make adjustments without guys going, when guys go down, can he make adjustments? And he shows he can. 70.5, 364 completions. I'm sorry, yardage. For completions, he had a 70.5%. 364 yards, 4 TDs, excuse me. And he had a 125.6. Against the Chargers, 64.0. 367, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, 97.7. Yeah. So this guy clearly cannot adjust when guys go down. So we better hope and pray that the stars don't go down because we know he can't adjust. Because we're going to be seeing guys carve us up. Glad that we know we have a defense coordinator. And that's the problem, man, with this zone defense. This is why I hate it. Okay, you look at the stats and you look at, the completions that we give up. It's like, dude, there's a lot. You don't want to look at that. You want to look at the 4-0 record. And that's what we did last year. The 4-0. We were 4-0. We were 4-0. And then we lost games. Well, we weren't 4-0 last year, but we lost games because we didn't look at the things that we've been seeing that was a red alert. This guy is still relying on starters to bail him out. And we don't make adjustments. We allow Sam Howell to run down the field and dink and donk his way down to the touchdown, and we gave him more yards than the Bills without our 2 safeties. And good defense corners find a way to adjust when guys go down. Bad defense corners need everything around them, or even not even bad defense coordinators. Not saying he's bad, but I don't think he's going to be the one. If we lose players and we have to rely on him, I don't think he can adjust. So when people said we would win a Super Bowl with Jonathan Gannon, I mean, Sean Desai, I don't know we can. Because if he's getting up those ratings, then imagine what Patrick Mahomes would have done to us. We got another Jonathan Gannon, just a different philosophy, with a different, but it's still the same. You're giving up the short yardages. You're not giving up the big plays. But really, to be honest, you're just allowing them to dink the donk their way down the field. What do you think Dak's going to do to you? What do you think all these other quarterbacks are going to do to you? If I'm an Eagle fan, I'm concerned. But, Eagle fans are going to be concerned because they're 4-0. And what I said before, I didn't know the stats are that bad. But now I'm going to look at these quarterback ratings. Because if you're giving up yardage to Matthew Stafford and it's way more, I'm going to have an issue. There's no way that – I'm trying to tell you, man. If we have a starter out and we give up dude, this is ridiculous, man. You're telling me that you can't make adjustments when guys go down? Philly gave up a 98.6 rating, 290 yards to Sam Howell. How do you do that? How do you do that? The Buffalo only gave up 170. So you telling me he got more yards on yard than the Bills? And the Bills don't have that number one defense? We do? No way. No way. No way we have a number one defense now. I truly don't believe it. No way, unless this defense coordinator can't make adjustments. There's no way. There's no way, man. And I shouldn't be worried about that. I'm worried now. You got me worried now, man. Sean Asai got me a little worried now. Now I'm gonna really pay attention to this defense, man. It's not like the offensive corner I got to worry about. It's Sean Asai, man. Because I don't know if we have another Jonathan Gannon, man. Let's take a look at Jonathan Gannon's defense, man, last year, comparing to quarterbacks, man. Sean Asai's defense, man. Let's look it up for years. He's what, 40 years old? See Sean Asai's defense against good quarterbacks. Let's see. Trying to look for the quarterback rating against him. Trying to find it. Hold up. Man, at least he blitzed a little bit more, but that's not good enough. They talk about he better than Jonathan Gannon. Yeah, he might be. He might blitz a little bit more, but that don't make you a better defense coordinator. What makes you a better defense coordinator is you adjust them, man. And people don't want to hear it because we're 4-0. It's gonna be 4-1 and the way he calls the game if we don't adjust quickly. You better hope our starters are in. That's a red alarming, dude. What happened to Sean Asai? Again, I don't care about that shit. I want to see the quarterback rating. I want to see what he does against real quarterbacks in the league. How good is he with quarterbacks? Well, you're playing against quarterbacks like Josh Allen. What are you like? You know, if you giving up more ratings, are you able to stop them? You gave up a quarterback rating to a rookie. And for Kirk Cousins, when you were losing players and you had to adjust, you couldn't even do that. You gave him more touchdowns. Come on, man. It's ridiculous, dude. He needs everything around him, man. I hope not. But it looks like it the way the stats look, he needs everything around him. Now, I'm not going to judge off of it because, listen, it's a long season, but I'm going to be looking at his quarterback rating, man. I'm going to be looking at Matthew Stafford's quarterback rating, dude. And if he's over that, what Sam Howell did, it's going to be a problem. Then we got something to really, really discuss, man, because, that's not good. You're not supposed to allow a rookie to dictate the way they are, especially a rookie quarterback. We're not going to act like Sam Howell is this elite quarterback to everybody. No. This concerted defense, this bend and break defense that we love in field. I don't know why. I don't like it. And real Eagle fans who watch football know that don't work. It doesn't work against quarterbacks who can beat that. That's why Vance Joseph, it was hard for him to find a job. The Vance Joseph way don't work anymore. You got to be aggressive with these quarterbacks, man. That's why I think the Jim Johnson defense still works. Because in this league, quarterbacks are going to destroy the bend and break defense, man. It doesn't work. Like Patrick Mahomes, who killed us last year in the biggest game of our life because of that concerted bend break defense. And we didn't make adjustments either. And I'm worried about Sean Asai, man. I really am. I'm worried that he's another Gannon Sipple, or he's close to another one. I want the opposite of that. That's why I really wasn't a big Sean Asai fan. I didn't want him. I didn't want Vance Joseph like a lot of people wanted him. I didn't want that dude. I wanted Lovie Smith because I thought Lovie Smith could bring another defensive element that we haven't seen. Well, he can't play in this league. I don't know about that one because this conservative defense can't play in this league. Guys are giving up so many ratings when they're playing against quarterbacks that are even mediocre. A rookie is able to tear your defense apart like that and make a quarterback rating look better than against the Bills. There's issues. I can't imagine what Josh Allen and Tua are going to do to us. Matter of fact, I can't wait for this Sunday. We're going to find out what Sean Desai's about. Listen, you want to know what Sean Desai's about? This is the game right here. It's a game right here. Matthew Stafford is one of the best quarterbacks that he's ever going to see. Yeah, I think so. Along with Josh Allen and Tua. And maybe Mahomes. This is a test right here. If we see Matthew Stafford doing what Sam Howell doing and Kirk Cousins doing, we're going to have issues. Now, I think the reason why you won't see it is because we're going to have starters hopefully back. But let's say a starter goes down. I want to see if he can adjust. Or is he going to sit there and do the exact same thing? Play concerted defense. If I see corners 50 yards off the ball again, I'm going to be really, really, really upset. Because you didn't improve as a defense coordinator. You just pretty much went out and got another Jonathan Gannon. And that really shows me also, if that's the case, you really were trying to bring Jonathan Gannon back. And Jonathan Gannon was right. You don't want to admit that, but Howie Roseman and the Eagles wanted Jonathan Gannon back, and they were willing to pay him. If they're willing to get another Jonathan Gannon similar to his style. You know, I'm hoping that Sean Desai's not. Because I like his attitude, but I don't like the way he played against the Commanders. I don't. You're not going to win games like that. The Bills will rip you apart if you do that. That zone break defense, you think that's going to work against Josh Allen? It won't. It won't. It won't. You got to play tight against these receivers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it should not be like that, man. And I don't know why people love this concerted defense. I had a problem with it because it doesn't work. And everybody said, we're fine, man. We're fine. Okay. You saw last year, were we fine? No, we weren't. We ignored the problems. And we said, oh, well, we're winning, though. We got the most, the most sacks of any other defense, right? We got 56 sacks or 57, whatever the fuck it was. And we couldn't win when it mattered. And you saw quarterbacks like Dak Prescott, Taylor Heineke, Justin Herbert, all these guys rip us apart. And we want to ignore these problems now. And it's concerning. It really is. If you're an Eagle fan, you watching this, and you see the quarterback rating that I just showed you, how you not concerned? I would be. Because if that quarterback can do that, what do you think these other quarterbacks are going to do? We're going to be in games because of Jalen Hurts. But I'm not worried about Jalen Hurts. He's fine. I guarantee this offensive coordinator will do a lot better than this defense coordinator. But you should have been around. You should know what to expect. You've been in the defense corner for how many years? You're 40 years old. So you should know these quarterbacks don't thrive off real defenses, right? When you press on these receivers, you're really not going to get quarterbacks to kill you. This bend and break defense that you're calling against guys, even mediocre quarterbacks, rookie quarterbacks, they beat that because they see it every day. That's why the Bills were able to beat Sam Howell, because they don't call that conservative defense. Sean McDermott is old school. That's what I wanted in Philadelphia. Because look at them. They were able to shut down Sam Howell. They blitz. They pressure the quarterback. They send some stuff that this quarterback has never seen. And they adjust. You're telling me in the press conference when I'm watching, you adjusted? If you adjusted, you wouldn't have this quarterback rating this high. Then you're saying Terrell Edmonds did a good job. So translate, we're going to be seeing Terrell Edmonds a lot. Why? He sucks. I'd rather see Sidney Brown in the game. He came and completed an interception. And that ball was so easy to literally catch, man. Come on, man. It was right in the hands. All he had to do was put his hands out and catch it. Don't tell me it was hard. Give me a break, man. I can't stand liars, man. And Sean Asai just lied twice. We adjusted. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because the quarterback rating says otherwise. You adjust it when you have a full team. You can't adjust when you have players go down. When we have safeties going down or cornerbacks going down. You can't adjust. You rely on his defense to be perfect for you. And I hope that's not the case, but it looks like it is. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be real with you. We might have another Jonathan Gannon on our case again. We might have Jonathan Gannon Jr. And it might not be bad as Jonathan Gannon, but it's going to get bad. Because if we lose guys, or we lose safeties, or we lose corners, if one of our corners go down, for heaven of a bitch, knock on wood, knock on my thing, we're done. Because this defense corner is not going to adjust. He needs everything around him to be successful. Why do you think we were struggling against Sam Howell? Why do you think we weren't struggling against Baker Mayfield? We had everybody already healthy. The only guy that wasn't healthy was Maddox. But when you had corners guys going down against Commanders, we couldn't adjust. That's why we're giving up the big plays. It's concerning, dude. I don't like this defense, man. I don't. And if I see Stafford tear us apart like that, oh, man, you can go now, bro. You can leave. It's early season. I call him firing jobs right now, man. You saw the stock and get the hell out of here, man. The Rams are going to definitely test his defense, man. And see, a lot of Eagle fans don't want to talk. These YouTubers don't want to talk about that. They want to say we're 4-0. You know, the only ones I hear talk about is Joey Shakes and the real ones. Shout out to them. But a lot of Eagle consecrators, they don't want to hear that. They want to hear we're 4-0. We're 4-0. That's great and fine. We're 4-0 by luck, man. We went overtime with a rookie quarterback when this should have never happened. And you heard his press conference, OG. I mean, the dude is lying. You didn't make your adjustments, bro. You did the opposite. You allowed this offense to dictate your defense. And that is something I can't stand with Jonathan Gannon. And what my guy Philly that time said, I'll repeat it. He said, I wouldn't like the defense. I'm starting not to like this defense, man. I don't like this scheme. I don't mind his defense. I don't like the scheme. Please change it, man. Please get me out this nightmare because I'm seeing Jonathan Gannon flashbacks. I'm already hearing people tell me to calm down. I don't want to calm down nothing. Fix the situation. Then I'll calm down. When you can rely on yourself to make adjustments. You know, the best defensive coordinators, I said it again, who are really good are the ones that can adjust when guys go down. When you need a full team to help you, you're not a good defense coordinator. You just need your defense is the real one that's helping you. And you're playing quarterbacks this year. We're going to find out. We're going to find out what Sean Asai's made out of. Because he's playing some really good quarterbacks this year. I can't wait to see what he does. Stafford's first on the list. That guy's going to test us. Sean McVay, you play that conservative BS against him, you'll see what happens. That's why I'm not going to talk trash about the Rams, man. Because I think they can definitely make us 4-1. If we do not go in there, we do not press on these receivers, and we allow them 5 yards off the ball, we're going to be we're going to be 4-1. We're going to be sitting there talking about an L that we took in LA. And it's not going to be because of our offense. No, our offense is going to click. It's going to be because of that defense coordinator, Sean Asai. Because if he can't make adjustments, because guys are going to go down, cornerback's going to go down. If you brought a 31-year-old veteran, okay. You know what I'm saying? But again, you're playing 15 yards off the ball again, man. I hate this defense, dude. I don't like that scheme, man. You're wasting Darius Slay's time. You should just let Darius Slay walk at this point. You should have let him walk because you're wasting his prime years. And Darius Slay ain't going to say it, but I'm going to say it. You're wasting his career, man. If I'm there, say I'm walking up to you and telling you why you not letting me press up. Wait, did you pay me or what? I don't want to be. I don't want to be a zone defense corner. I want to be a press man. Press me on these receivers. Let me go at my man, my guy that I'm covering. Whether it's Van Jefferson, let me guard him. I'm the Pro Bowl corner. I'm big play slave for a reason. You just a defense corner that you hired. But let me do my job. Let me make it easier for you. You're making it harder for these DBs, man. You didn't make adjustments, dude. You're lying once again. You did it. You blitzed a little bit more. Again, when you blitz, you got Sam Howell. You were able to pressure him. But you didn't get turnovers when there was literally right in your hands. Then you're sitting there saying Emmons did a good job. No, he didn't. He was trash. He was horrible. How can you watch the film and say he did a good job? He was missing tackles left and right. He hit a quarterback out of bounds. That was a flag that cost us a new downs. Then he couldn't even get an interception that was right in his hands. He's trash, man. Stop lying to us. I don't know who you're fooling, but this ain't Chicago, buddy. We're not the Chicago Bear fans. We do not. We know our football. We're not Seattle, man. We are a different breed over here. You say you talk about the Philly defense, how the ways they are. Well, let me tell you something. This Philly defense is not the way you play. We come from an old school defense, man. The same way the Bills run. That defense, and then I hate when they talk about, well, the conservative, when you have a real legit defense, you don't win championships. That's not true. The Rams had elite defense, and they didn't play conservative defense. Look at who their defense coordinator was. Wade Phillips. Wade Phillips was a defense coordinator that was legit. So stop saying this conservative defense gives you a championship. No, it loses the Super Bowls. Because if that was the case, Jonathan Gannon would have been a Super Bowl champion. He wasn't. Good defense coordinators are the ones that are aggressive. Those are the ones that win you championships. Your defense can only carry you so much. The defensive coordinators are going to be tested. And it turns out to be the last game when you play the best of the best. If you're not ready for that, man, you can leave now, bro. And I don't think they're going to fire him. But if I'm Matt Roseman, I'm looking at you like, dude, you're giving up quarterback ratings. I didn't hire you for that. Yeah, I could have just brought Jonathan Gannon back for free. I could have paid him a ton of money and let him come back. I let that dude walk. I brought you in because I thought you were going to bring a defensive philosophy. Why are we paying you again? Let me go find someone else who can do the exact same job you can. Who could do a lot better. I mean, I'm worried about this Rams team, man. We're going to have a lot to talk about this. I'm going to get one of my guy where he hiding because I don't think he realizes. This is sad, dude. This is another reason I don't like this bend and break defense. Because if these rookie quarterbacks can do you like this, what do you think these other quarterbacks that we have not seen are going to do to us? Like Josh Allen. We're going to lose games, not because of his offense. We're going to lose games because of his defense coordinator. Once again, this bend and break defense do not work. And when people tell me we should have went after this guy, I did not want Sean Desai. Now, I gave him a chance because he was a defense coordinator. And what am I going to do? Say I hate him? I can't always say I hate the guy when I don't really know. I thought he was going to change it. No, he looked like a guy that was going to bring a new element. People say he was blitz a lot more. He's more aggressive. But again, I'm seeing similarities that I don't want to see ever again. It's that conservative defense that you can't do when you're playing against good quarterbacks. And this week, we're going to find out. We're going to find out whether we have starters or not. We're going to see because this is the guy that's seen everything. You want to play that conservative defense against him? Okay. We're going to see that quarterback rating go way more. We're going to see that quarterback rating go up way more than Howell and Kirk Cousins. We're going to be seeing L. We play that shit against Matthew Stafford. We're going to find out. And if we have that situation with Matthew Stafford, we don't look like a legit, we're giving up a lot of points, I'm going to be worried for the rest of the season. Because I'm worried if we do get to a Super Bowl, does Jalen Hurts have to try to win us another one? Or he has to try to come back? Can a defense hold good teams? And they look like they can't. You just show me when you have no starters out. I mean, when you have starters out, that you can't adjust, Sean Asai. And that's the one thing I couldn't stand with Jonathan Gannon. He had to rely on his elite defense. So that shows me when you have guys going out, heaven forbid, if we lose one of our corners, we already lost one. You can't even adjust really. You're struggling. With Maddox going down. You struggled before that. We've been seeing this since the Patriots game. You made Mac Jones. I gave you a pass. The Vikings game, I gave you a pass. And then the Buccaneers game was your best one because you played Baker Mayfield, who ass. And now you give Sam Howell. Again, man, I don't even want to say anymore. It's disgusting. It makes me want to throw up. You gave him. It's ridiculous, dude. It's unprofessional at this point, man. They got to stop, man. You know, and people don't want to hear it, but I don't care. I'm not a guy that's going to always talk about positive. When I see something I'm concerned about, I talk about it. Sam Howell, what was his quarterback rate? I'm going to stop a pick of this, man. I'm going to stop a pick of this. A 92.4 against the Eagles, man. 959 yards. More yards than he had against the Buffalo Bills. Vance Joseph had a higher rating. I mean, Sam Howell had a higher rating against Vance Joseph. But not that much. That's concerning. That's concerning, bro. That is a red flag that needs to be addressed now. And I don't know what we're doing at defense coordinator. If he is a Jonathan Gannon, if he is, I don't care. You got talent on his defense. You got to adjust. And when guys go down, the best defense coordinators, and you would know if this guy's the best defense coordinator, and we saw the guys go down, can we still be a good defense? Do we give up a lot of yards? And we saw that we're playing this concerted defense. He talked about clean, physical football. Okay, you're a little bit more aggressive than him, than Jonathan Gannon, but you're not that much. Physical football is not giving Sam Howell so many yards down the field. I saw quarterbacks looking one way and throwing darts to receivers wide open. No corners were there. 5 yards off the ball. That's unacceptable. You do that against you do it against Mahomes or these quarterbacks we're playing against coming soon. We're going to get destroyed. We're going to get blown out. Like Tua, you do that against Tua, who's playing really good football, that has receivers who can stretch the field. We're going to get destroyed. We can get destroyed this week. This is not a defense that I'm seeing that's adjusting or becoming a different than what we saw last year. This is the same defense that I cringe about. This is the defense that I don't want, that will not win us championships. Yet I had a lot of people tell me to be positive. No, this is concerning. You cannot give up those yardage to a quarterback like that. That's unacceptable. That is not something to be proud of. And you should not be smiling like you did something good. You were trash, bro. You show me once again your defense has to bail you out. And that is not a good defense coordinator, bro. That's not a good defense coordinator. That means you need everything around you to be successful. And I can't deal with that. I will not have another season with Jonathan Gannon as a defense coordinator. I'm sorry. I can't deal with that. You might as well just, not make me, at this point, eliminate me from the playoffs. Why would I want to suffer all the way to a Super Bowl where you're just going to give up more yardage to an elite quarterback? I'm hoping that's not the case, but I guess week 4, maybe I'm overreacting, but that's a red alarm. We need everybody to stay healthy, so we better bandage everybody, make sure everybody's as healthy as possible, because this guy needs everything around him. And I'm wondering when we get to a Super Bowl, we do get back there, Is this guy going to do what Jonathan Gannon did? Or is he going to do the opposite? We saw guys wide open today. Eric Bieniemy out-coached us, man. Out-schooled Sean Asai. Did you see how many yards these receivers were getting? How many times he was out playing calling him? You telling me you adjusted? Where? Where was the adjustments at? Huh? Why are you lying to us? You think we're stupid? You think we don't watch the games? No, we watch the games. We know what a defense looks like, and you give up more yardage to a rookie than the Bills did. If you give up more yards to the rookie, I can't imagine what you do with elite quarterbacks. I guess we're going to find out this Sunday. Because Matthew Stafford is elite quarterback. And he might not be elite like he was, but he's a damn good quarterback. And the Rams, if I'm the Rams, I'm just going to get – I want you to play that concerted defense with me. Because Cooper Kupp's going to have $150 in this game, man. I'm calling it right now. I don't want to call it, but I'm going to call it. He's going to have a game on us. I give it 3 touchdowns. If I'm a Rams fan, I'm enjoying this. I hope listen, I'll let the Eagle fans talk chess because we're going to get the W by Sunday. Because this defensive coordinator is going to lose us these games. And I don't want to be the negative Nancy, but that's the truth. When you hear his press conference about clean football, well, that's not clean football. And that's not the football we want in Philadelphia. That's the defense we don't want, that we hate. So I don't know what defense you talk about, Sean Asai. If you're watching this, if you're not, I don't think you will. I'm not that famous. But, dude, that's not the defense we thrive on. And that's not the Philadelphia way. That's not. That's get the hell out of Philadelphia way. That's what it is. Get the hell out of Philadelphia and don't come back. Take your shitty scheme to another team. That's why I was saying Jonathan Gannon packing. That's why Schwartz is not there. Even though he didn't have that much talent that we have right now for y'all, too. For one of them who had cost us a Super Bowl. I hope that he's not a Jonathan Gannon this Super Bowl, man. I pray he's not. I don't even pray, but I'm going to start having to pray. I don't even pray. I don't even believe in that, but now I'm going to have to pray now. Because that's the only way I can get them out, hopefully get results that are good. I want to see what he does because it's going to be a test for us, man. Can he do it against real quarterbacks? I know I'm going on a tangent, but this sad, dude. It really is, man. It's not a good look for us, bro. You don't give up that many ratings. And his quarterback rating should have been no longer there. I agree that's disgraceful, dude. And you know why he had a quarterback rated like that? Because when guys go down for Sean Asai, same with Jonathan Gannon, that I'm hoping that's not true, but you saw it. He can't adjust. So his defense has to bail him out. His defense has to bail him out. You got to give him as much talent as possible so he doesn't do too much. Because if he has to coach, night-night. Bye-bye. He's going to give up yardage to teams, quarterbacks we shouldn't give up yardage to. I want to see what he does against let me tell you something, man. We're going to find out, man. We're going to find out this Sunday. This is where the real quarterbacks play. You just gave up a quarterback rating to a rookie. You should be looking at that in disgust. When you have guys going down, which you were down 2 safeties, you give up that rating. What are you going to do when you have guys going down each and every year? I mean, what are you going to do when Slay goes down or heaven forbid, bribe? I don't want that to happen, but that's just football. You saw Slay go down earlier against the Commanders. What happens if he's fully out for the season? What happens if that? Who you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Play more conservative? That scares me, dude. That freaking scares me, man. That shows me that he's not a good defense coordinator. If I see him play more conservative against the Rams, man, oh shit, man. You got to go, dude. I don't even want to wait for week 5. You got to get the fuck out of here, man. Take your shitty scheme and get the hell out of here. Go back to Chicago with that shit, man. Go back to Chicago. Go wherever the hell you are, because that's not the Philly way, man. We might as well just kept Jonathan Gannon if that was the case, bro. That is just, I'm telling you, if we play more conservative against the fucking Rams, and we do not see any blitz or no pressure, or not even blitz, but don't see these corners press up on these receivers, and they're getting more yardage, or Cooper Kupp is wide the fuck open. Oh man, we're gonna have issues for real. Because I'm going to see this Sunday. And I never thought I would say this, but Sean aside, man, whatever you're doing, don't work, dude. You got to be more disciplined than that, man. You want to clean football, that's fine and great. Discipline football, well, what is discipline to you? Because when I hear discipline, I hear the word conservative. That's not discipline in my eyes. Discipline is when you're playing smart football and you're giving up less points. You didn't give up less points, though. You gave up one touchdown, but you gave up a quarterback rating that was higher. So yeah, you did give up points. So you don't care about you don't care about the quarterback rating. You just care about how many points you give up. When, to be honest, the quarterback rating and the yardage that you give up lead into touchdowns. That's what I had a problem with Jonathan Gannon with. And people say, why are you talking about Jonathan Gannon? Because we have another Jonathan Gannon situation there. And I'm hoping we're wrong. I'm hoping I'm wrong. And maybe I'll say, hey, I'm wrong. Maybe he just had a bad day. But when you look at the rating with Kirk Cousins, when he went down, okay, he had a more yardage against the Eagles than when we played Baker Mayfield because we had our starters in. Because remember, we were down with Bradbury. They had no Blankenship. That's why quarterbacks were able to kill us. And if you need your full defense to help you win, you're not a good defense coordinator. Good defense coordinators find ways to win without talent helping them 24/7. That is Jonathan Gannon-like defense, and it does not work against guys like Mahomes, who we're going to be playing. And if I see another game like that, man, I swear to God, bro, I'm going to lose my shit, man. You're going to see me drink a lot of freaking alcohol this year. I can't deal with another Jonathan Gannon situation. I can't deal with that shit. And I hope it's not. I want to like Sean aside, man, but like I said, my guy Philly had time starting to be right, man. He's starting to be right, bro. You're not winning games like that, dude. You're not winning games. You're not winning games like that, man. You're not winning games like that, dude. I'm just being real with you. I don't want to be negative Nancy. But tell me where I'm wrong. Can someone tell me where the positive with this defense coordinator is? You show me you can't call a defense without having full-time players. And you need full starters, man. If you go down with one injury or you have one guy out, you can't adjust, man. You can't adjust. Even with starters out, even with starters in, you're still giving up points. Look at the Buccaneers game. We should have shut them out, man. Why do we give up big plays at the end, man? Why? That's the problem I don't understand, dude. We're giving up the plays at the end, or we're giving up huge chunks, man. And they don't want to give up the big play, but they kind of are. You just let them think they dunk down their field. You're not pressing on with these series. And you're giving them easy access to the ball. I mean, it's sad, dude. I mean, come on, man. What are we talking about here? It is what it is, bro. It is what it is. But again, man, you're not winning games like that, dude. I'm just being real with you. I don't care about Jonathan's stats. Like Jalen Carter, 92.2. I don't care about PFF stats, man. PFF also said that Jonathan Gannon was a great defense corner. You look how that turned. I'm watching the games. I'm seeing something I'm not supposed to see. And the quarterback rating, we always saw. So it's gonna be a test, man. I'm gonna definitely talk about this a little bit later, man. I wanna thank y'all for coming on, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely gonna make a video about this because we need to talk about this more. And it's not, and I'm definitely gonna give him my guy where you're hiding because this is really alarming. We're going to definitely do the Hiding Chair podcast. We're going to do the reaction to what the Commanders and Eagles game. And we're going to do the preview with the Rams coming up this Sunday, 4:05. We're going to find out what Sean Desai made of. But we're going to talk about more of this. Hopefully get a full-time injury report. Hopefully guys are not down. So we do. If we have the injuries, guys going down, and we don't have a starters in by the Rams game, we're going to lose this football game. And I'm going to be real with you because I don't think Sean Desai can adjust. Hopefully I'm wrong. But again, not likely.